huh?
What are those? Are they the ones that just came in?
Yeah.
Awesome. What are they called?
This one here is a rutile quartz, and this beauty over here is a garden quartz. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you mind if I see what it feels like?
Of course I don't mind. Well, not if you buy it first.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Here. Better hurry, you're gonna be late.
Hey! I'll stop by on the way home. Hold it for me, will ya?
You do know I'm running a shop and not a museum.
Please just hold it.
No need to worry, it'll be here for you when you come back.
Cool, then I'll see you later. I've been fascinated by crystals for a long time. Multifaceted stones have been an interest of mine ever since I was little. I still remember the feeling I had when I saw one for the first time. Since that day, I've imagined there were unseen worlds trapped within each stone, and if I stared into one long enough, they'd be sucked right in. The truth is, I think I was hoping something like that might happen. Seriously, though, I wish you'd been there. I've never seen anything like it. The inside was awesome. It's like it contained a whole other world.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you were looking at a garden quartz?
You know that without even seeing it?
Of course.
That's a retired archaeologist for you. Have you ever thought about starting a research trip again?
Sometimes.
No need to worry about me if that's why you're holding off. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I know. Maybe I will in a year or two.
Guess what I found out today?
What's that?
The Moai statues on Easter Island, they're not just heads. They've got bodies buried underneath them.
Oh, really?
And they're sitting like this.
Seat down at the table, please.
Sorry.
You looking forward to our little celebration this weekend?
I am. We're gonna give Dad a great birthday. And I'll make sure he actually comes home to celebrate it this year.
I've been worrying that he might forget it again. You know how he is.
Well, I have been texting him every day to remind him. If he doesn't show, I'll just have to sneak into the office and drag him back.
That's very brave.
Thanks, Mom. I've got this. Okay, see you later. Remember, today's the day. Everything's all planned out. Celebration starts at 7. You better be there. Don't be late and don't even think about forgetting. Yeah, that ought to do it. All right, Dad. See you tonight.
Let's go ahead and start. I'll chat with him about punctuality later. For now, why don't we eat? I'm starving.
I'm sick of this. I'm gonna get him.
Oh,
I told you, didn't I? He's coming home if I have to bring him myself.
wait!
Professor Asanaga? Sorry to bother you, but could you take a look at this?
Sure, what's the problem?
Professor?
Big shock. Here to speak with President Asanaga about a personal matter of some importance.
Please take the express elevator to the highest floor. Yep, just what I thought. Figured he wouldn't be here. Oh, cool. What's that?
never seen one like this before.
My father's enemy.
Emilio. Not afraid of me. Only a coward attacks somebody in their sleep.
Who are you to talk? What right do you of all people have to call me coward?
So angry. Avenging the former king, your father. Useless sentimentality. You should have fled a coup and tried to seize the throne. That would have been a good way to die.
Shut up!
You'll have to be far stronger and smarter than that if you hope to kill me. Your Majesty, are you all right? Escort him to the dungeon.
Yes, sir!
Oh my, I didn't realize how much you looked like him. Huh? The late king, I mean. It's so sad he's not with us anymore, but your eyes are the same shade as his.
Are they really?
Yes.
Well, I wish they looked like the new kings instead. Maybe then I would be as strong as he is.
Maybe so. It hurts when he speaks of the new king. He doesn't know the man was his father's enemy, so the poor boy adores him.
Isn't it terrible? He's just so innocent and trusting. It's almost too painful to watch.
I don't understand. What do they mean?
Around every throne swirls a storm of chaos and discord. In their desire for power, even family members turn on each other. It's almost common practice. However, it's one thing to know about that storm, and another to find yourself in the heart of it. It's almost time. Soon I will end your traitorous life with my own hands. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That freaking hurt! Hey! How did you get in here?
I have no idea.
What do you mean? How can you not know?
Calm down, will ya? Give me a sec. I've got a lot to process. Who are you? What are you doing here? A prison? So you're a criminal then?
I see. You're from the surface, aren't you?
The surface of what? What are you talking about? You know what? Never mind. Just tell me how to get out of here.
First, answer my question. I want to know how you got here.
I already told you. I don't know. 1 second I was just suddenly here.
Not good.
Why? What's wrong?
The guards are coming. If they see you, it's over.
What do you mean?
I mean they're going to kill you.
Kill me? What?
What's going on down here? Identify yourself!
How did you get past us?
I didn't. I think this is a misunderstanding.
I don't want to hear it.
This is it. I'm gonna die. How did this happen?
A warp relic? What are you waiting for? No way. Don't just stand there. We need to go.
Hey, hold on a second.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Shun. Is he with you?
Can we just hide out here? Seems like a good enough spot to me.
That won't work. Hiding's no good. They'll find us no matter where we are.
Seriously?
We have to leave the castle.
That wall doesn't exactly look very easy to climb.
It's okay, I have a plan. Shut up and follow me.
You shut up. I'm not gonna take orders from you. I'll do things my way. All right, Excalibur, give me strength!
Do you want to wake up the whole castle? Put your sword away and stop shouting.
What? How does that work?
You can't even manage that. You are clueless. I can see I'll have a lot to explain.
About what?
For now, just think of the most relaxing thing you can, then take a deep breath.
Okay, something relaxing. The interior of the garden courts. It's gone. How did that happen? What did you do with it?
Never mind, come on.
Hey, stop running off like that, would ya?
Here it is.
That was cool. How did you know about that hole? Did you put it there yourself or something?
That's right.
Not a bad escape plan.
And yet it's not going to succeed.
Who's that? Is he here for us? And what's going on with this face?
He's a Zuzian, and loyal to my foster father, King Delzine.
A Zuzian? What are we supposed to do?
Get yours out!
You mean that sword?
Just do it!
But wait, I don't remember how.
What are you waiting for?
I'm not sure how I even made it appear.
I could use help!
I don't know what to do!
Maybe I should get rid of the toothless one first. You're gonna pay for that.
Stop standing around!
Filthy rats, take them!
Watch it. Our objective's not to kill. The King's orders.
An unfortunate accident. I didn't plan it.
Are you all right?
I've been better. Shouldn't we hurry? They'll come after us, won't they?
The tunnels down here are only known by a few people.
First that hole in the wall, now these sewers. You seem to know a lot of ways to sneak around this place. What are you, a thief?
If there is a thief around here, it's not me. It's this kingdom's ruler, King Delzine.
Huh?
Never mind. More importantly, how does someone from the surface come to have possession of a warp relic?
A warp relic? I can't really answer you if I don't know what you're asking. Where are we? I don't even know that. Sure enough, no signal. Now it's just a crummy flashlight.
Hey, Dimwit, we're leaving. With or without you.
It's like everything you say is meant to piss me off! Believe it or not, I've got a real name. It's Shoot Asanaga! Use it!
A pleasure. I'm Emilio Longhide.
That was weirdly polite.
You can call me Alicia. And this little guy's named Valerian. That means he's pleased to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
So, I have to ask, did you really come from the service?
What?
Like, how did you get here? Did the service people send you? Why you, though?
Will you please stop with the interrogation?
Huh? Now you're the one who won't answer any questions.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I've literally no idea what's happening here.
Hey, you! We're leaving. Don't make me repeat myself again.
My name's Shu!
This way.
What the heck is that way?
I can answer questions later. For now, though, we need to hide.
Can you at least tell me where we're gonna hide? Of course not.
My men have scoured the entire castle, but they were unable to locate the prince.
He's escaped then. Send for the search party.
My lord,
I understand that somebody aided the prince in his escape. A young man who possesses a warp relic. Find out all you can about him.
as you command.
You say Emilio and his accomplice fell into the river, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Decided that's all he needs to know, did you? Be quiet.
The boy's determined. I doubt he would die so easily. He has but one place left to run. We'll have him soon.
We're close now.
Right. Don't suppose you'd like to tell me what we're close to? Or is walking and talking too hard to do at once?
I think we're heading to Pascal's place.
Yeah? Who's that?
Well, he used to be in charge of all the research back at the castle. But on top of that, he was Emilio's childhood tutor.
Gotcha.
I could use some help.
What?
Valerian!
No way! You're kidding me! How did it get so massive?
She's just gonna stand there?
What else am I supposed to do? Looks like Valerion's got it covered.
Whoa, way to go!
The hell just happened?
Tell me I'm not where I think I am.
Pascal.
Long time no see, my boy. I've missed you. So tall, either you've gained inches or I'm shrinking with age.
Thanks.
Hey!
Huh?
I don't mean to spoil your touching reunion, but we could really use a hand getting down from this thing!
You know that fella out there?
Doesn't look familiar.
You're a liar!
Help us, please!
That you, Alicia? What are you doing up there?
So it was you who built these traps, right?
It was. Well, probably.
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, I can't keep track of everything I make.
Well, you haven't changed a bit.
Please tell me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like you could have booby-trapped the whole forest, and you'd only find out by walking on one.
Good. You'll need that sharp mind to avoid my famous spike pits.
Pretty sure anybody could have figured it out, but thanks.
Say, I don't understand who you are. Emilio's new bestie?
Ain't no chance in hell!
Oh, I see you have a warp relic.
I didn't think that people from the service could actually use warp relics.
Forgot it was out. Let's see if I still remember. I think I'm starting to get a feel for this thing.
So you're from the surface? Come in, come in. Make yourselves at home. Sit down somewhere, wherever you like.
But I don't see anywhere to sit. Whoa, cool. I definitely haven't seen these before.
Hey, moron. It's not yours. Don't touch it.
It's not yours either, so bite me!
Haven't had meat like this in ages.
Hey, you've been taking care of yourself, right? Don't tell me that you still get so lost in your work that you forget to eat and faint like you used to.
There's no need to fret about me. I can fill up for a week off a meal like this. So, that kid is really from the surface?
Well, yeah, that's what Emilio told me.
And yet he has a warp relic.
Weird, right? I don't get it either. For that matter, how do you even get down here?
I told you not to touch anything.
Yeah, well, what about that thing you're touching with your butt?
This is called a stool.
You know what? I'll make you a deal. If you shut your stupid trap right now, I will stop touching things happily!
What I'm telling you is basic etiquette. Are you all this rude on the surface, or is that why they sent you down?
Excuse me? Who do you think you are,
You
man?
can't leave them alone for a minute.
I think they're getting along just fine.
And I'd hate to see them fight.
Wow, it looks delicious.
The fresher the meat, the better the meal. And this meat couldn't be fresher unless we ate it alive.
You don't mean those things that attacked us?
There's a whole lot more where that came from, so eat as much as you like. Here you go. Indora frogs, guts and all. So good, I just grill them as they come.
Must be in a great deal of pain. Eat it.
Wow, after all that talk about my manners.
Here, for you.
So good.
Rancid.
If you don't like it, then you don't have to eat it.
Oh, I'll eat it all. Just watch me. I knew it'd be bad, but wow.
So, Shun, about your journey here from the surface.
Yeah?
Well, I was wondering just how you did it.
I was looking for my dad in his office. I found this crystal, and I picked it up. Before I knew what was happening, I was here.
And you believe the crystal is responsible?
I think I can say that much for sure. I could feel its pull. Now, suddenly, I can make a sword out of nowhere.
I've seen. There's no doubt it's a warp relic.
Question. What'll it take for me to get back home? You've got to know about something I can try. Or anything useful? Prince Priss over here couldn't be bothered to answer me. I haven't even figured out what the heck this place is yet.
Well, if that's the case, then I suppose I should start explaining from there.
What's that?
This is a cross-section map of our planet. We are here in the land of Endora, beneath your surface.
We're underground? But it's cool they said it was all lava down here. If it's hollow, it feels like I've been living on a shell.
This beauty here is called Adamus. Your sun brings light to the surface. Adamus does the same thing for us beneath it.
So then it pretty much is your sun, huh? Oh no. The real sun is nowhere even close to that beautiful.
Are you familiar with this place?
It's the North Pole, right?
Yes, good. Your sun's light enters our world through here. Adamus magnifies that light and scatters it throughout the land. You might think that Adamus light would disappear come nightfall, but it doesn't. Adamus magnifies and redirects most light, but it also captures some. Overnight, that captive light escapes, producing a glow not unlike that of your moon.
So if you've got a sun and moon, then what about stars?
No, the only light in our sky comes from Adamus. Its moon form sees no phases. We experience no change in seasons here.
I never would have guessed it. A whole other world hidden right under mine.
I understand that whoever created Endora went to an awful lot of trouble to keep you surface dwellers out.
Oh, yeah?
Think of religion. The underworld is always hell. That myth was spread for a reason. By popularizing the idea that the underworld is a place of torment, our ancestors meant to dissuade you surface dwellers from seeking us out. Or so I've been told, anyway.
Wait, though. If Endor is cut off from the surface, why do all of you still know about it?
Now, Endora's founder did conceal its location from the surface, but there was still a fairly decent bit of contact between the realms for some length of time. I'm afraid they put the nail in that coffin a while back, though.
A book on the whole Earth?
It was written on the surface. I borrowed it from the Royal Library on the day I left. I intend to bring it back someday. Almost everything I know about the surface I learned from these pages. Obviously, I've never been able to see it for myself.
If that publishing date's right, then this book isn't much older than me. So then this proves that Endora had at least some contact with the surface within the past few decades.
It does.
How did people go between worlds?
The only connection between Endora and the surface was a city known as Babylon.
Babylon? I know that city. It was in my history books. But you're saying that Endora had a Babylon as well?
Yeah. And somewhere in it, you'd find Babel, the only device ever created capable of making an ascent to the surface. But Babylon was struck by some sort of catastrophe, and Babel was demolished. Since then, our worlds have grown close but divided, intersecting only on the rarest occasions. But King Delzine plans to change that soon. He's put a great deal of time and resources into building Babel anew.
So what happened? Has he finished it?
Well, it was actually about to be completed, but he ran into a little problem.
All I'm hearing is that Babel isn't ready.
Afraid not. Apologies, kid. I'm sure he'll get it sorted out eventually.
But I shouldn't hold my breath, right?
Anyway, you wouldn't mind if I took another peek at that warp relic, would you?
Do you mean like here and now?
Yep.
The thing is, I can only seem to summon it if I'm in some kind of pinch.
I bet Valerian could help with that.
Yeah, thanks, but I'm good. I should try this on my own. I did it.
It's magnificent.
I present to you Excalibur.
What was that?
Nothing. Forget it happened, please. So, do you want to hold it, or...?
No, I'm good. I just wanted a peek.
But you...
Thanks. Feel free to put it away now.
Okay, for sure, man.
Strange. His skill with a warp relic's improved greatly, and in such a short time.
Why don't you show me yours now, Pascal?
I appreciate your interest, but I can't show what I don't have.
What?
The power to create a warp relic isn't universal, even amongst us Enders. The gift is granted largely at random. To the best of my knowledge, things like genetic strength and intelligence don't even factor into it. It boils down to an invisible coin toss. Some of us won it, and some of us lost. In case this isn't clear yet, I lost that particular toss.
Wow, tough break. I feel as if everyone I've met down here has a warp relic except for you.
Mercy, stop rubbing it in, please.
Don't worry about it. Alicia doesn't have one, and she gets by.
Huh? Oh no, I got mine on my shoulder. Give him a big battle roar, okay?
No way! You're telling me that your warp relic is alive?
Sure.
Allow me to explain. Warp relics can take on many forms and are comprised of what we refer to as warp particles.
What's a warp particle?
It's a very special type of energy that I believe is unique to Endride. These particles have the lifelike ability to self-replicate, dividing in half, not unlike an amoeba, but without the need to eat. They can't exist on the surface, but multiply steadily here, charging our air with their presence. A warp relic is simply a host of warp particles given form by your mind.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure I followed all that. I did catch that King What's-His-Face is almost done making my ride home in Babylon, so I think I'm heading that way.
Look, you say it like it's gonna be this simple, easy thing, but it's not. Maybe you don't realize how far we are from Babylon.
The distance doesn't matter, because my mom and dad must be worried sick about me.
I understand where you're coming from, but think, what's the point of getting to Babel if it doesn't even work yet?
You said that it was really close to being finished, though, right?
I did.
I'll make my way to Babylon now and wait there. That way, when they open Babel for business, I'll be the first guy in line.
Shun, you may prove useful.
Jeez, you act like you hear me, but you ignore what I say. Hey, Emilio, help me criticize him. Am I really this ignorable?
What's that?
Shun's decided he's walking to Babylon, and I need you to help change his mind.
Let him be. Shun has every right to run off and pick a ditch to die in.
Are you good at anything except pissing me off?
Better question, do you have any idea where Babylon is?
Of course I don't.
Then find a ditch.
It's finally done. Yes. But is this really what we want? Your Majesty, please forgive my insolence. But I feel that renewing contact between Endera and the surface would be a dire mistake. Our ancestors, in their wisdom, taught us that Endera must be kept permanently concealed from the world above. This system is in place to protect not just... If only you had listened, Your Grace. By this point, I suppose they must have found me out.
Welcome, Your Majesty. Have you come to observe our progress for yourself? I am honored.
Begin.
The good news is I have found the problem. It lies with this circuit here. Once I can resolve the issue or replace the circuit, Babel will be able to resume operations.
Is there something else?
The fact of the matter is, I find it a bit odd for such a flaw to be present at all. And to be frank, I find it difficult to imagine that Pascal would have failed to observe it himself.
I suggest you hasten your efforts.
I shall do that, sir. I'll work as swiftly as I'm able.
It seems you've turned against us, Pascal. So be it. The time has come at last.
What's up, little bud? You hear something?
The alarm! Oh, that's bad. Looks like the Royal Guard.
They're after us.
Look that up. They've got horses, hounds, armor, and manpower. We're gonna have to run. Full throttle. Catch on the flip side, boys.
Hurry, Shun! You want us to leave you behind?
Here we are.
This is your hiding spot?
That's right. Impressive, isn't it? No one will ever find us here.
But it's just a gigantic hole.
Awesome rocks.
What are you doing back there? We're going on without you.
I'm coming.
Come on, guys.
What's this?
Wow, nice setup, Pascal. I take back what I said. I guess it's more than just a gigantic hole.
What's the blue thing? A sleeping bag?
Why would you sleep in a bag?
Well, it's more like a blanket you travel with.
Then yeah, that's what it is. Easy there. Don't pull so hard. You'll rip it if you're not careful.
King Delzine gave me that. It's quite a piece of work. I assume you have yours with you too, eh? Huh? Here. So now that we have a moment, maybe you can tell me the whole story. How did the prince come to be locked in the dungeon like a criminal? And what about the other boy? Shun's his name, isn't it? Tell me more about how you met him.
Honestly, there's not much to tell. I was in the dungeon and he just appeared. It was strange. A ball of light formed out of nowhere.
Indeed.
I looked inside it and what I saw there was amazing. It was a land like none I've ever known. Then while I was watching, he came flying out of it. What I saw, a strange place inside the light. Do you think that was the surface?
That seems likely to me.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Hey, what are you up to?
Just taking a look around.
Does everyone from the surface love rocks?
No, not everyone. My mom was an archaeologist, though.
An archaeologist? What's that?
They study human history by looking at material remains.
Oh, cool.
My mom would freak out if she was here right now. She'd love this. You know, I've heard of the Hollow Earth theory, and I always thought it was freaking crazy. Now it turns out it was true all along. Except I thought this place was supposed to be called Shambhala or something.
Well, it's not. I've never heard it called anything but Endora. Hey, is it really true that the people where you're from don't know about us?
Yeah, no one has a clue there's a world down here. From the time we're little kids, we're taught that the Earth is solid.
What would happen if word got out about Endora? Would they get all excited and call it a great discovery? Would there be a big celebration?
Somehow I doubt it. So we don't know about you, but you know about us. Have you thought of going to the surface to see it for yourself?
Huh? No, not really.
Endora and the surface. Two worlds that must remain separate. Even if they had knowledge of each other, they cannot be allowed to intertwine. Ancient texts warn us that contact between the two will bring no benefit and may do great harm. In the mythology of the surface, the underworld is hell. It is the world of the dead. That idea was spread to keep surface dwellers away, and so there must have been a good reason for it. But not all of those from above feared our land. Some from the surface ventured into Endora. They returned to tell of an underground paradise called Shambhala. Babylon was the city that connected Endora to the surface. Within it was Babel, the portal between the two worlds. Several decades ago, Babel was restored. But not for long. Shortly after its restoration, Babel ceased functioning. King Delzarn hopes to bring it to life once more, and so he called me and other scholars to the Royal Laboratory to help him determine how it might be accomplished. I came, but...
You were against his plan.
yeah,
So you left, because you didn't want to help the king get Babel working.
pretty much, yes. This is something I truly believe. Endora and the surface must not have contact.
How can you be so sure?
I just am. I know it in my bones.
Intuition? That doesn't seem terribly scientific to me.
Being a great scientist requires more than intelligence and dedication. Intuition plays an important role. There's only so much that can be proven using logic.
But science is all about logic.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect a young pup like you to understand this stuff.
Shut up, old man. The king is a fiend. You can oppose him if you want, but in the end, he isn't going to listen to anyone but himself.
A fiend, eh? Don't you think that's going a bit far? He is your father, after all.
He's not my father.
He's the man who raised you, so I say that makes him close enough. Let me guess. You argued that he grounded you. Is that why you were in the dungeon?
You planned your escape thoroughly. Why were you so sure they'd be coming for you?
I tampered a bit with the master diagram to make sure they would have a difficult time completing the restoration of Babel. I knew they'd figure out what I'd done eventually. The new researcher must be pretty good to have done it this fast, though.
Bastard succeeded?
Take it easy.
If they know what you did, does that mean they're on their way to restore Babel?
I suspect they are. If I can, I'd like to arrive before they do. It's the only way I can do what needs to be done. Once we get to Babylon, we'll return Shun to the surface. And then I plan to destroy Babel once and for all. Also, whenever you feel like talking, I'll be ready.
Talking?
About the real reason you were locked up in the dungeon. Now, come on. We should go inside. You can keep the blade.
Hey, Pascal! Do you envy the researcher who replaced you in the lab? Do you hate him?
No, why would I? I can pursue my research anywhere. In fact, I actually enjoy it more now that I have some freedom.
I can't let him get involved. It's too dangerous.
Perhaps we should play a different game, Highness.
Did I ask for your opinion?
No, Highness.
It's like he's a different person. I don't recognize him.
He's out of control. We must find a way to stop this.
Those poor puppets. What did they do to deserve such harsh punishment?
You dare speak to me?
A good day to you too, Your Highness. Might I say how happy I am to meet you?
You jerk!
Forgive my little joke. There isn't much time for humor at the Royal Laboratory, so I must take it where I can get it. If you'll allow me to introduce myself, my name's Pascal, and from today on I will be in charge of your education. I admit that I'm not very skilled with a sword. Nevertheless, I think you'll find that I have a number of tricks up my sleeve. Should you wish it, I would be happy to teach them to you. I think the two of us could get along well, Your Highness. Please listen to me! Majesty! Sire, please, if you would listen to me for a moment, that's all I ask! I beg you! Restoring Babel may be more dangerous than you realize. It'll mean disaster for Endora. Please don't do it!
What makes you so certain it's dangerous?
My intuition as a scientist!
And what use does a man of science have for intuition?
Please, sire!
When I give orders, I expect them to be followed. I make no exceptions. If you will not obey me, I have no use for your service.
Wait, you don't understand!
Let's go, you've been dismissed.
Majesty!
That bastard. He takes everything I care about away from me.
It was uncanny. Almost as if he knew we were coming and had prepared for it.
So he outsmarted you then? That doesn't surprise me.
Apologies, my lord. I've ordered the 2nd and 3rd platoons to continue searching without rest until he is found.
No need for that.
But your orders
Will be carried out by someone more competent.
Now run along and find a wall to defend. We can take care of it.
What?
King's orders. Get out of here, soldier.
I still don't get why you use the grunts for this job. Seems like a waste of time. Better to have us go after Pascal straight off.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. You're only to assess the situation. Your orders are not to kill, understood?
Yes, sir. We will make sure to remember our duty, right?
Yep.
Agreed.
I don't know how long we're going to be stuck on this mountain. It could be a while. It's best to be prepared, so I'm going to get us some supplies. I'll head down to the nearby village on foot. It only makes sense to wear a disguise. I'm a wanted man.
Right. Good idea. You look great.
Yeah? I'm not so sure. I think he looks more conspicuous like this.
Well, maybe.
I have taken some precautions to ensure our safety here. The herbs I scattered along our trail should distract our wolves from our scent, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be careful, understand? Don't leave the cave if you can help it.
Right.
If I'm not back here by tomorrow night, then your best bet is to look for me at the village. It's called Megiddo. However, you'll want to be extremely careful about it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Wish me luck.
Good luck. We'll see you later. Well, I might as well go out and get us some water.
Okay. You want to handle that?
No, I'll be fine.
You sure? What do you want?
I think we should talk.
How sweet. Did Pascal tell you to make nice? It would be great if you stopped bickering.
You know, for the record, none of it's my fault. He's the one who's always snapping at me for no apparent reason.
Sure, whatever you want to tell yourself. See you guys in a bit. Try not to kill each other.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Sit down and I'll tell you.
I'm sick of being bossed around. Why don't you sit down first? Okay, what do you want?
Are you ready to shut up and listen?
You ready to stop being an ass?
We need to get out of here.
Why do we have to leave?
You want to get back to your home, don't you?
Yeah?
Well then, I'm going to need your help.
My help with what?
Bringing down King Delzine once and for all.
Huh? Bringing down a king? Find somebody else to help you. I'm sure not gonna do it. No way.
I thought that you wanted to go home.
Of course I do. I'll bet that I can find a way to get there without overthrowing a monarch.
Delzine is likely on his way to Babylon right now. If he gets there before us, you might never be able to go back to the surface. But if we defeat him, you'll get to see your mother again.
Come on. This is crazy. You realize that, don't you?
It's not. I have a plan.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, but to make it work, I'll need help.
Fine, I'm in. So, where do we start?
We make our move tonight. We'll leave when Alicia's asleep.
Huh? Hold on. We aren't bringing her with us?
No, she can't know about this. She'll only interfere.
Anybody thirsty?
Hey, how's it going?
You're acting weird. What's happening?
Huh? Nothing, really.
You sound stupid. You're giving it away.
Hey, I'm doing the best I can.
Do better. She'll know we're up to something.
I can handle this.
Really? What's up with you guys?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. Anyway, Emilio, shouldn't we be making ourselves useful by gathering mushrooms or something?
Yes, a splendid idea.
And you think I'm gonna give us away? Listen to yourself.
Shut up.
What's gotten into you two?
You know, we could use some meat. I think I'll go hunting. You're coming with me.
Let me go. Jeez. Can I tell you to ask first?
You're a terrible actor. It's your fault if she figures us out.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna win any awards yourself. I summon thee!
I summon thee.
It pumps me up, gets me ready to fight. What's so wrong about that?
He may look stupid, but he's getting better with his warp relic. Here's the plan. You're going to chase it over this way. I'll stay hidden here. When it's close, I'll ambush it and finish it off.
Yeah, sure.
There a problem?
I don't care if you take the easy roll.
Idiot, killing the beast is both more difficult and more dangerous. I should have left you back at the cave.
Man, you sure whine a lot. Keep going. Coming your way!
Try them a little bit further. Now! Dead!
How do you like me now? You think I could do it?
Sounds like they're back.
You only got that kill because I set you up.
Oh, yeah? What about that part where you fell over? Was that just an
How
act?
was the hunting?
You're making things up now? That's just sad.
Wow, you got a big one.
Yeah.
No, I got it while Prince Pris was tripping over his feet.
Not true.
I'm the one who got the kill, and you know it.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
I will not shut up.
Both of you need to shut up. All right, dinner is served.
Please tell me we're not having more boar stew.
What's the matter with boar stew?
Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you're a good cook. It's just, this boar is kind of an acquired taste, that's all.
So acquire it. Come on, dig in.
Ma'am, give me a second.
Pretty tasty.
It's either this or starve, huh?
Are those tears? You like it that much?
Hey, wake up. Let's go. Take this. Try to keep up. Good, we found them.
Found what exactly?
What we're looking for.
Could you be more specific?
Reinforcements.
Reinforcements? You've lost me. What do you mean?
Make no sudden movements. I heard rumors about the Ignots when I was still in the castle. They say that you're a band of renegades who use hit-and-run tactics. There are great warriors in your ranks. A group as powerful as the Zuzians who serve Delzine.
Well, if you think the Truculent are a match for us, then you can't be too well informed. So we'll teach you.
I'd rather kill them.
That would be the safest choice, now that they've seen all our faces. Do we get a say in this?
I swear we won't turn you in. I'll tell you all I know about Delzine's plans. Anything
I'm not sure we care. Even if he happens to know something we don't, how can we trust him? He's a dirty turncoat.
My thoughts exactly.
Not to mention he'll say whatever it takes to be spared.
Do what you will, but know this first. The only purpose my life has left is to end Delzine's.
I'm not seeing it. What could your father have done to make you so intent on slaying?
What's wrong? If you're as passionate as you claim, then surely you can tell us why.
I've yet to hear your thoughts, Demetrio. Shall we kill them, take them as hostages, or waste more time?
What kind of options are those?
Quiet. They cut our throats for nothing. But I need their strength to fight him. If this is what it takes to win, then so be it.
Allow me to change the question. Supposing you do manage to kill the king, what next?
I don't believe our young prince has ever looked that far ahead.
Count on a prince to think of nothing but his next desire.
Answer me! The king's blood is spilt across his throne. What do you do now?
As I've said, the only thing I care about is ensuring the king's demise. So long as his fate's the same, I'm ready to die.
So you'll give it all up. First your status, then your life. You speak like a fool, and you're ready for nothing. I've heard my share of rumors about you, but none of them mentioned you were daft. I suppose the king must blame himself for raising such an incompetent. Poor guy.
Damn you!
What was that? It looked like his weapon popped out of nowhere.
His blade is quick. Helps he doesn't have to summon it.
Didn't think you could be bested by a man without a relic now, did you? Remember this. It's not always about the resources you're given to work with. What really counts is how they're used.
What are you getting at?
Land, weapons, the things that give one power, they only count in terms of the one who controls them. A wise prince uses them for good. A fool throws them away.
Okay. Looks like your plan's a bust, Emilio. Come on, let's get out of here! The heck did you just do to me? Hey, let me down, will ya? What, you just gonna stand there? Put the cord
So
already.
what you're saying
Untie it, gently
is
lower
that
it,
if I
okay?
intend to kill the king,
Hey, over here.
then before I do, I need to be prepared to take his place.
Yeah, you could say that. But regardless, I have no intention of helping you. If anyone brings down Delzine, it'll be the Ignaughts. And if we do choose to back a successor, it'll be for his merit, not his lineage.
Fine, then he'll prove that he's good enough. All you gotta do is give him a chance. You'll find out he can be the kind of king you're looking for. Let him show you what he's got.
Oh yeah? And who are you?
My name's Shun Asanaga.
I think I might take you at your word, Shun, but I'll also hold you to it. Deal? If you want to follow, I won't stop you. But should you join us, you'll be expected to do as you're told.
Are we really gonna add these boys to our problems? Before long, we'll have more people swarming in to follow you than rations to feed them. How do you plan to manage it?
He who doesn't work doesn't eat, remember? Their stomachs will keep them in line.
I'm grateful.
Don't get me wrong. If later I decide you can't become a worthy king, you're on your own.
And if I prove myself?
Big if. But if it happens, I'll be your sword from then on. So do like your foreign friend said you would. Show us what you've got.
Whoa. Why, this bread appears to be modeled after the DNA sequence of the majestic Endride frog. And this bread here looks like ancient script I once read.
I'm afraid it's just ordinary bread, sir.
You don't say. Well, it surely could have fooled me. So it goes.
That costume's absurd. So you're on the run, I imagine. What with that little prank you pulled?
Yeah, it doesn't seem they approved of the last modification I made to Babel's design.
Right. I hear the king had people studying those plans you left at the lab around the clock, trying to figure out where it all went to hell.
Lucky that our replacements are such diligent workers. Thanks to them, us retired folk can sit back and rest in comfort.
Don't play humble. We both know you could have made it harder if you cared to.
It's the whole Royal Laboratory versus an old man Sprank. Why, they'd lose all dignity if they hadn't found me out.
So I know my bread's good, but I doubt you risk the strip for it. How about you tell me why you pulled that prank?
Ever since I joined the Royal Laboratory, I've had this growing list of suspicions.
Ah, so it's about that. And what if you knew for sure?
I couldn't tell you. But now that my obstruction's been discovered, the rebuilding of Babel will begin soon. Before that happens, I need to know. What is Delzine after? What does the king stand to gain by restoring contact with the surface?
As you've seen, his determination to restore Babel borders on obsession. His resolve has never wavered. But as for his motives, I never felt myself bold enough to ask.
I didn't either.
There's no cause for us to give up yet, my friend. The king may have completed Babel's plans, but actually building it is a whole other matter. I'll use the time that gives us to find out what I can.
I'd be forever in your debt.
Just think of it as a favor to an old colleague. Invent some sort of new baking pan for me, and we'll call it even.
I really appreciate it. Anyway, I don't suppose there's been any other word from the Royal Laboratory.
I did hear a strange bit of news from one of the younger researchers. He was on a team studying warp particles.
And what did they discover?
That there are fewer now than there used to be. Warp particle concentrations have been shrinking for years.
I feared as much.
It isn't yet established that this is happening everywhere. So for now, the information's being kept under wraps.
So what could this mean?
My source couldn't say, but I plan to look into it. There's one more thing about the prince. I assume you haven't heard.
No, I have. You're talking about how he ran away from the castle, right? I'm well aware of it.
It's what he did before that's concerning. The prince is wanted by the crown for treason. And rightly, Emilio tried to slay his father while he slept.
We need 3 more scouts in the southern forest. Follow me. Go and wait inside the tent.
How'd we end up here? Don't you remember? You had a plan.
Yes, and you ruined it with your dumb mouth.
What? I totally saved them.
Stop yelling, Rich.
Shut up! You're the one who started yelling first, and you know it!
Like how it's your fault that this happened and you know it?
Yeah, try again. If it wasn't for me lying to make you look good, you'd be all sorts of dead right now.
I was hoping to explain myself to them on equal terms, but then we were ambushed.
So these people are like some kind of rebel army? They seem pretty tough to me. That Demetrio doesn't even have a warp relic, and he still manages to kick ass.
Are you completely incapable of silence?
I'm pissed off that your crummy little plan failed. You owe me an apology.
My plan's not what failed.
You couldn't even answer that one simple question. Hey, so listen. Do you really want to kill the king even though he's your father?
Of course I do. At this point, it's the only thing I push myself to live for.
Get out. We have some work for you two. Now come.
I wonder what kind of work revolutionaries get to do. It's probably a lot of walking around and helping people in need, yeah? Ooh, or better yet, maybe we'll rob a bunch of rich bad guys and give the money to the poor. Dude, we...
Aren't heroic. Laundry is heroic work in its own right.
This isn't exactly what I was hoping for, but heck, fresh recruits gotta start somewhere, right? I'm game, let's knock it out!
What's this? Slacking off on the job already? There's something wrong with your hands, Prince?
My daddy's cleaned his own dirty clothes before, let alone touch someone else's.
Everyone takes turns between cooking and laundry here. We don't make exceptions for royalty.
I get it, thanks.
So, you help with the laundry too, boss?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, just because I helped come up with the rules doesn't make me exempt from them. All of us are equal comrades. That said, you two are new here, so you better listen to what the others have to say. Especially you. Doesn't seem like you're quite used to life in Endor yet.
Wait, I never said I was from the surface. How did you know?
You just told me, idiot.
That was sneaky.
I'd suggest you try to avoid letting anyone else find out. Not everyone will be friendly.
I'll do my best. But shouldn't you be a little more surprised?
The people who comprise Ignots come from every race and background in Endor. Honestly, I don't think it changes much for us to add one person from above to the mix.
So that's it then?
Nothing else to it. Now get that laundry washed, recruits. He who doesn't work, doesn't eat.
You heard the man, right, Prince Friss? Do you need me to show you how to do it?
Never call me that again. And no, I'm sure whatever you'd show me would only make it worse.
Hey, I was wondering, are you as strong as the other Ignots, Elzhuya? Sorry if that's rude to ask. You just seem like a peaceful person.
You're fine. And it's true, I'm rather poor at fighting. However, I do have some other talents that I like to think that I pull my weight.
Wait, a dude? No way!
You couldn't tell before? You must not have had too much experience.
Shouldn't you be focused on making sure your friend's okay?
These things happen to him all the time.
I doubt you'll ever meet someone with worse luck than Elzhuya. He's always barely evading death. Though I guess that kind of makes him lucky.
How do you feel, Elzhuya?
Less than lucky. Are you hurt or anything?
You saw something, didn't you?
Yes.
What do you think he saw?
The future. He can foresee it.
Ever since he was a child, Elzhuya has possessed this strange ability. Whenever he's in a dangerous or emotionally volatile situation, he can catch glimpses into the future.
And you expect us to believe that?
Although you have to admit, it's pretty unlucky that he was born with a power he can never take control of.
You've got to tell me what you saw. I mean, what was it like? Talk to me, I'm dying.
Shin, I think I may have seen your future. You were standing in a world I've never seen before. The surface, I would imagine. You were surrounded by glass structures that reached into the sky.
Skyscrapers? It's gotta be. I'm really going home. Yeah!
Rather boisterous, isn't he?
You look more pale than usual. Are you sure you're okay?
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Emilio, you're...
Hey, how are you?
Oh, man, it's only Pascal.
Jeez. Talk about a warm welcome. Where are Emilio and Shun, anyway?
I've got no idea. They were both gone when I woke up this morning.
Wait, don't tell me.
Tell you what, I don't know.
Well,
Does it have to do with King Delzine? I feel like something happened between him and Emilio. I don't understand how he can feel so much hatred towards his own dad.
that's life for you. Some people never get along with their folks.
Well, even if they can't get along, I hope those people realize they're lucky to have parents. Anyway, where do you think they ran off to?
I have reason to suspect the boys set out for Babylon on their own. We can still catch them if we get moving.
Yeah. He's saying to go that way.
Roger that.
Those two are such jerks. I can't believe they just up and ditched me while I was asleep. Watch your backs, boys. They're coming for you.
That's that.
Stop it. You have no cause to be excited.
Of course I do. I just found out I'm gonna go back home for sure. You have no idea how good the food is. Rancid frog meat is all you know.
You're an imbecile. You actually believe that man can see into the future?
Huh?
Must be nice not having to think. We've only been here for a day and already you eat every lie they feed you.
The way you slack off, you'll be lucky if they feed you at all. Why did you want to team up with these guys if you don't trust them?
There's a difference between trusting them and making use of them. Make sure to keep your guard up.
You can be a friendless joy sucker if you want. Don't drag me into it.
It's like you're a stray puppy buddying up to anyone who tosses you a bone.
I don't trust just anybody. I listen to my gut. And yeah, these people scared me at first. But now that they're not threatening us, I'm starting to like them.
You should learn to be a skeptic before you get yourself hurt. No one shares their true intentions unless they get found out.
But if you're always paranoid, you can't trust anyone. That's no way to live, man.
You have no right to tell me how to live my life.
What the hell, dude? You're even meaner than usual. I get it. You're lashing out because you're gonna be lonely once I go back to the surface.
Don't make me laugh. It'll be a load off my shoulders once I'm rid of you. Of course, that's assuming you can actually make it back.
You've got a real crummy way of showing gratitude. I can't believe I decided to help you.
So leave, see if I care. Oh wait, you need my help so you can run back to the surface and cry to your mommy.
You are so mind-blowingly full of yourself. You think I need you? I saved your damn life. You wonder why you don't have many friends? Because no one wants to help a smug, condescending jerk. You're like Demetrio, but on opposite day.
What do you know about me?
Well, why would I want to know anything about a monster who tries to kill his own father?
You bastard!
What? Let's go then.
Now this is the show.
I don't suppose we plan to stop them.
Near their castle we'll find few friends, but the further north we go, the fewer lords will bend to Delzine's will. We should have better luck gaining support in those areas.
That makes sense. The king forces those who fall out of his favor northward. They should be eager for his rule to end.
At least we have that going for us.
Still, I'd feel a lot more confident if we had more information about the Royal Guard.
80,000, huh? That's how many soldiers there are in the Royal Guard, nearly 80,000.
I see. That's more than we'd expected. If we were to revolt now, we'd almost certainly find ourselves fighting a losing battle. I don't want to lose one more person than we absolutely have to. A war won by great sacrifice isn't what I'm after.
I agree, of course. I'm no more eager to lose men than you are, but it will take a lifetime to amass an army equal to the Royal Guard.
Yes, that's true. And it's exactly why we're gonna need help.
The Zuzians, right?
Yep.
You would ally with those beasts? Are you mad? You don't really expect them to listen to reason, do you?
And have you ever had dealings with Zuzians before?
Delzine employs some of them as his enforcers.
Oh, the lion guy. I was attacked by one outside the castle. He was crazy strong, way stronger than Prince Priss.
Shut up.
To be honest, he didn't seem especially interested in talking things out.
But did you actually try talking to him?
Well, no.
You should at least give it a shot next time.
Huh? Yeah.
The Zuzians have long been oppressed by royalty and nobles. They very well may be willing to side with us. We should hope for it. If they choose to, we'll gain a powerful ally. Be ready, Louise. When the time comes, we'll need you to be our negotiator.
Sure, you can count on me.
We want them to stand beside us as partners, willing to fight until the bitter end to uphold what we stand for. They deserve to be more than just pawns in a battle.
I don't really know anything about the local politics. All I want is to find a way to get to Babylon so I can go home. Tell me something, will ya?
Huh?
What you really want is to bring down Delzine, right? I mean, that's the whole point of this revolution of yours.
Yeah?
And I think you should know that he's most likely heading towards Babylon now.
The king's going to Babylon?
Come on, boys. Let's get those wounds patched up, shall we?
Is Demetrio seriously considering an alliance with the Zuzians? There's no denying they're strong, but still, does he really think they can be relied upon? If his plan does work, though, at least I won't need this clown's help anymore.
If I can convince these people to take me to Babylon, I can ditch this punk and finally get myself home. Just looking at his stupid face pisses me off. don't even want to breathe the same air as this jerk.
What's with the grunting? Are you in a lot of pain?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
You two boys sure went all out on each other. Don't worry, though. When I'm done, you'll be as good as new. Here we are. Go on inside.
In that hut? With him?
We have to go in there together.
Damn it.
Why are you two standing there? Go inside already. Stand around here for too long, and you're basically asking to get bitten by an Endora mosquito.
Some bug doesn't really scare me that much.
Now, hold on. Endora mosquitoes aren't just some bug. If one bites you, you'll be lucky to escape with a drop of blood left in your body.
Damn. They related to Dracula or something?
Dracula?
Just forget about it.
I've got to go grab some medical supplies. I'll meet you two inside.
So, about that scary-looking Zuzian guy. Is there a reason none of the other people of Endora look like him?
Well, don't talk to me.
Huh?
We're done. I don't need you anymore.
What was that?
Are you serious? I leave for 2 seconds and you're fighting again? It has to be in here somewhere.
You're close to Demetrio. Is he really going to try to ally with the Zuzians? They look like monsters. Does he seriously think they're going to listen to him?
Not everyone is born to an equal station in life. Regardless of social standing, every person deserves the right to live freely. That's what Demetrio always says. If the Zuzians are violent, it's for a good reason. Those in our world known as Endras are people born of a cross between humans and a species called Onodua. The Zuzians, on the other hand, are a cross between the Onodua and animals. Long ago, the Endras and the Zuzians lived together in peace and harmony. That changed when the Endras began persecuting the Zuzians. The Endra king sought to unite Endora by force. Hungering only for power and control, they cared little for who might be harmed along the way. Now the Endras, too, are being oppressed, as the Zuzians have been for so long. Both of my peoples brought so low. From that shocked look on your face, I'm guessing you had no idea I'm half Zuzian.
No way!
Surprising, isn't it? You would never know just by looking at me. Zuzians typically have rather frightening appearances, and most aren't much for talking, which is why people tend to fear them.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, let's work on those cuts. Who's up first?
Me! No, me! I said it first!
You really are children! I'll do you both at the same time! Hold still!
Hey, Luis, does Demetrio have any personal experience with Zuzians besides you?
Yeah. You may not realize it looking at him now, but Demetrio is from a noble family. He lived a pampered life, a spoiled boy without a care in the world, or so he described it. And he could have continued on like that, if he didn't give a damn about anyone else. But things didn't turn out that way. Largely because of a friend of his. A Zuzian.
It's gonna be dark before much longer. Wait, please don't kill me! Here, I'll give you everything I have!
You a kid from the estate? What's your name?
I'm Demetrio.
Okay, I'm Lucio. I can help you get back home. You scaredy cat. You think you'll be okay from here?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right then, take it easy.
Hey, Lucio, can we hang out again?
Sure. If you're ever looking for me, just whistle.
Cool.
Yep.
I wish I did. Then I wouldn't be so weak.
Work relics aren't what matter. It's training.
Easy for you to say. You've got a work relic. Without one, I'm not ever going to be stronger than this.
You're such a baby.
No, I'm not.
You little... You're already brave. That's worth a lot. That beast before, you're the one who stood up to it first. If you train hard, you'll be strong. But courage is different. You're born with that.
Hey, I'm hungry. Why don't we go find something to eat? You sure that's okay? I thought you needed to head home. Won't your family start to get worried? No, it'll be fine. I'm gonna be turning 15 next month, so I'm pretty much an adult. Ah, yes, a wise one.
Stand up, you worthless slacker! I don't recall giving you permission to rest. You're just a dumb animal.
What are you doing? Stop that!
Who the hell asked you? Run along now.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Shut up!
Lucio.
You scum! I can't believe an animal like you would dare draw a warp relic on a person. You should know your place.
No, stop! Leave him alone! Lucio. I'm sorry. So sorry. This is my fault.
Quit your whining. You did nothing wrong.
Lucio.
I don't regret any of it. I'm glad we met. Glad we became friends. It's been fun.
I swear, I will become stronger.
Demetrio,
How are our guests?
I treated their wounds, but nothing I do is going to make them like each other. You sure about leaving them alone?
Don't worry, they'll be fine.
But what if they try killing each other again? Well,
It's like I told you. They just have to keep on fighting until they see eye to eye. It's the way men settle things.
that's a stupid way to do it, if you ask me.
I don't care about this revolt of theirs, or killing the king. I just want to get home as soon as I can.
Does Demetrio really think the Zusians will side with him? It's ridiculous. The man is deluding himself.
Maybe if I can get more info out of that guy who sees the future.
Who cares what happens with their revolt? I just want Delzine dead. If I'm lucky, maybe he's gone for good.
Elshwia,
Yes?
can I borrow you a sec? I just wanted to ask you more about yesterday. You know, the stuff you told me about my future.
All right, what about it?
If you saw the vision again, think you'd understand it more?
That does seem quite possible.
Okay, good to know. Whoa! Over there, look! I think I saw something move. What was it? You know this area better than me. You should check it out.
There's nothing over here.
Yeah! Damn it!
Hold on. I don't understand why, but I'm seeing something about needing to find an End or a bluebird if you want to be able to return to the surface.
Really?
And what's more, I think I sent one of them in that direction.
Sweet! My butt! Ow! Indora Bluebird, here I come!
The Endora Bluebird doesn't exist.
I would say it's more than fair payback after you tried to trick me.
So whenever you're in danger, do you see the future every time?
No, that isn't always the case. I don't know how it works. I'm never sure when or where or even if it'll happen.
I see.
It appears that the scout has detected the scent of the rebel army in this area. The prince and that unknown boy also seem to be with them.
We found the Ignots!
We should set up an ambush.
Agree. What about the kid with the prince? I'd like to punch his bratty face in.
Agree. Do what you want, but we are not to harm the prince.
Deal. You made my day.
That's the boy.
Good. Leave him to me.
Said it was this way. Shouldn't I have seen it by now? Man, maybe it's hiding in the trees.
Fancy meeting you here.
Hey, you're that Zusian guy from the castle.
I'm so flattered you remember me. It's him. You know you're a smug little punk, but I actually like that about you!
He's too strong. No way I'm gonna survive this. Damn it. What am I doing? It's not like I give a damn what happens to him. This is it. I'm screwed. Would he come running to help me?
It couldn't have been anyone else.
Shut up!
Get out of here. I don't want your help.
Stand up and fight. Don't just sit there.
Quit bossing me around. I'm sick of it.
Let's deal with him first and then fight.
Okay, fine.
Hey, Prince, I'm supposed to bring you back in one piece. Personally, though, I think you look better as a corpse.
I take it you're the leader of the Ignots?
That's right. My name is...
Your name means nothing to me, and by the time I'm done with you, it will mean nothing to anyone else. Not a chance in hell.
You're gonna have to get past me first.
Oh, yeah? Good, I don't care what order I kill you in.
Shun!
What?
Wait, what happened?
Did his warp relic really just evolve?
Emilio, now! Hey there, how'd you find us?
You better have an amazing excuse.
I only left you two because...
Because you're an inconsiderate jerk?
Well, anyway, what did your boys think of that incendiary light show I put on for you? I've discovered a delightful metal which, when applied to heat, emits a flame far hotter and brighter than one would get from burning wood. Needless to say, I found a way to augment that property by mixing the metal with a highly combustible catalyst, which not only sped up the reaction, but also resulted in a far...
Sounds cool. You'll have to fill us in on all the details about that at some time in the distant future.
Oh, I see. You youthful types have no appreciation for the nuance of science.
I must ask, both of you, why did you come?
What? Can you really not figure that out?
We're your friends, Amelia. We'll always come when you need help, even if you didn't ask us to. Speaking of, I'm curious about these new friends you've made.
Where did the rest of the Ignots go?
A good number fell in battle or fled. I told the rest to split up and lay low. So, what's with the professor? Something tells me there's more to him than meets the eye.
I'm nothing more than an old tinkerer, I assure you. Been retired for a while.
Is it just me, or do things feel a little tense right now?
I didn't expect them to track me here, but these two are old friends of mine. They won't bring any harm to your cause.
If they're old friends of yours, then wouldn't that also make them associates of the king?
What's he getting at?
Let's go.
Wait, you're leaving?
As should you. Hang around here and you'll be due for another visit from the truculent soon.
Hey, wait for me!
Shoot! Slow down! We're coming too!
Let's rest there a bit, make some plans. We've been dealt a blow, but we aren't finished.
We'll catch you later.
Later? Can't we come?
So these new companions of yours, what are they about?
Don't play dumb, Pascal. You've already worked that out for yourself.
Then you've joined a band of revolutionaries who'll stop at nothing to end Delzine's reign. It's true. You really did attempt to assassinate the king, didn't you? Now I understand why you were hesitant to tell me about your trip to the dungeons. I know you two never saw eye to eye, but regardless, I didn't take you for the kind to kill his own father.
He's not my father.
He's the man who raised you.
And I'll be the man who tears him down. I've joined these rebels because we share a common goal. I'll align myself with bandits if that's what's required. To avenge my father at last.
I'd understand if you were sure what you've heard is actually true. But you're not sure. You can't be, because no one knows what occurred between Delzine and the king but Delzine.
I know what I've heard.
And do rumors count as proof? I taught you better than that, Emilio. Trial comes before the verdict. Use reason. Even if he did kill the previous king, we can assume that he had some kind of purpose. Not everything in this world is black and white. Don't you think it would be worth knowing what drove him to do it?
He wanted the king's throne for himself. He killed my father to satisfy his lust for power.
That's just the assumption you've made. You have no proof. Has it ever occurred to you to ask Delzine himself to tell you what happened? The path of vengeance is simple, but that doesn't make it right. Before you take revenge, you have to learn the truth.
I wonder what those two are off talking about.
I'm sure it's just a good scolding. Pascal can give some lengthy lectures, and after what Emilio pulled, he deserves one. And so do you. Why didn't you talk him out of it when he told you what he was planning?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Those people you were with are trying to overthrow the kingdom. They're willing to kill over it. And Emilio's the last person who should be around them.
Well, when you put it like that, I mean, of course it's gonna sound bad.
Because civil war is obviously a bad thing.
I get where you're coming from, but the Ignots are good people, I think.
I wonder, did he tell you why he didn't want to bother asking me to come?
Huh? Is that all this is about? It sounds like you're just mad at him for not inviting you to come with us.
Idiot!
Well, that sure was awkward.
Like I care. What does he know? Emilio.
Alicia? Any trouble sneaking in this time?
Nope. A couple of maids saw me, but I'm too fast.
They'll be mad when they catch you.
They always are. But exploring around here is worth it.
Alicia! No, you're not allowed to be inside the castle. Let's not have a repeat of last time. Come out here.
Oh, Prince Emilio. You haven't seen Alicia around here, have you? I have. Looked like she was running towards the east wing. Your help is quite appreciated, sir.
My, that girl can run.
Thanks for getting rid of them.
No problem. Although I don't really understand what makes this castle worth the trouble.
I don't know. Usually I play in the forest, but that can get kind of boring. Especially since there's no one to play with.
That's so? I've actually been bored with the castle for a good while now. I've never been to the forest. It sounds interesting.
Come see! I'll grab you before the next time I go, okay? You're gonna love it. There are giant boars and mushrooms and weird bugs in every color you can think of. This is gonna be so much fun!
Oh, yeah?
Emilio, why? What are you doing?
I gave the town a thorough sweep. It doesn't seem that the Royal Guard has any influence here.
We were about due for a bit of good news.
Still, we can't stay long.
Right. So what's our next course of action then?
First off, we replenish our numbers. We sustained more casualties than expected.
And most of those who weren't lost are scattered about the countryside. What of Emilio and Shun? Shall they stay with us? Do you still trust them?
We're not in a position to turn away allies, and I don't have to trust the prince to see how he might prove to be useful.
Besides what?
It might have taken both of them, but Emilio and Shun did manage to hold their own against a truculent in battle. That has to put them well ahead of most of our current recruits.
And the other two?
We'll just have to watch them closely.
Look, have you seen a group of 4 weirdos around, or haven't you?
Get lost. I'm trying to close shop.
Just hear me out. One of them has a big old feather sticking out of his hat. And there's this other guy who looks a lot like a lady. I was fooled.
No, haven't seen him.
You can let him through.
Huh?
This one's a friend.
I see you came alone. Where are the others? Pascal and Emilio are having some sort of argument right now. And something happened to piss off Alicia, too. So basically everyone's mad and I'm tired of it. Oh, sorry I forgot to introduce you earlier. I think you'll get along, though.
Don't fret about it. So how exactly do you know them?
Well, I met them through Emilio, but they've been friends of his for years. I think maybe Pascal used to tutor him, like back when he was still the head of research at the Royal Laboratory.
That's an interesting line of work.
Yeah, anyway. I'm trying to get to Babylon. Know what I should do?
Babylon? Why?
It's where the only way I have of getting home is. And since Aljuia saw me there in the future, I figure I should stop wasting time and go for it. that is what I saw. Look, guys, I don't really care about politics or revenge. I just want to find a way back home.
The road to Babylon is fraught with danger. The waters between here and there are far from welcoming. The people whose lands we'll pass are even less so.
Take one faulty step, and you'll be dead.
Dead? Is that bad?
Does that news frighten you?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I won't go through with it. I have to get back no matter what. Dad's never around, so Mom's stuck worrying at home by herself.
Best chance we'd have at Delzine's going that way, so we're headed to Babylon as well.
He won't be half as well protected as he is while he's at the castle. We haven't had a chance like this in a while.
I'll let you come with, but don't expect us to babysit you. It's pure survival of the fittest out there.
That's not a problem. I can protect myself fine.
That's excellent to hear.
Hey, there you are. Been looking for you.
That's so.
Sounded like you got a pretty good scolding from Pascal. He put you through the old guilt trip?
He tried his best to, but he doesn't know what he's talking about.
And you seriously think that you do?
What?
Look, whatever it is that Pascal said, he said it because he cares about you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have bothered to come after us.
Sure.
Well, anyhow, it's pretty late. We should get some rest while we can. Dimitri and the others have already started setting up a campsite. It's this way.
Go home, Alicia. This isn't your fight. There's no reason for you to involve yourself in what I have to do.
It's my choice and I'm coming!
You can do as you like.
It's what I just said!
By the way, where's Pascal?
Check it out! It's my handy-dandy flamethrower!
Amazing! You have to let me try it!
So how does this contraption of yours work? What do you know? Here, I thought I'd have to help him find the place.
Ah, I see you boys made it back.
This fellow's pretty savvy for an old-timer.
Oh, I felt so young.
Weird. I guess everyone's getting along, at least.
Excuse me, I need a few men to scout the area. You two go with Felix.
Hey, stop! Release me!
Welcome to patrol.
Now then, I guess we should start getting ready for our journey.
Yes, sir.
Hey! How goes it? Are you that Alicia I've heard about?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you then. I'm Louise, another of those rebels your friends joined up with.
Nice to meet you, Louise.
So tell me, do you plan to join us for this little trip?
Yeah. As long as Emilio's going to go, I will as well.
Interesting.
Is there a problem?
Not at all. It's just that I've been getting sick of being the only girl on the crew, you know? Well, I mean, it's pretty hard to tell with El Shouya, but the point stands nonetheless. What I'm getting at is that male company can get annoying, which is why I'm excited to finally have another girl around to suffer with. I just wanted to offer you an extra warm welcome.
Thanks. But listen, you and your friends are plotting to overthrow the kingdom, aren't you?
That we are.
Then why is everybody so positive? It doesn't really seem to fit.
You thought we'd be all conniving and bitter, right? I mean, rebels are just self-righteous bandits, really.
Aren't they?
Yeah, well, when you get down to it, there aren't a whole lot of real differences between you and us. If you change the circumstances we grew up with, our roles could have been reversed. By the way, Alicia, if I'm correct, Emilio is the heir apparent of the kingdom.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he sure is.
So then who is that Shun kid to be confident enough to pick so many fights with him?
Honestly, there's not much I could tell you. I mean, he says he came from the service, but he can use a warp relic.
Huh.
Oh, Louise. Could I trouble you to give me a hand with this?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, dear, duty calls. I like you, Alicia. I think we're gonna make great friends. So what did you need help with?
Demetrio wants us to pack our essentials tonight. Think you could help me decide what's worth keeping?
Yeah, sure thing.
What a weird girl.
This is purgatory. Emilio's way too pouty to talk to. And Felix is about as chatty as a boulder. Maybe he's just shy. Only one way to find out. Here goes nothing. Hey, Felix, I was wondering, what exactly did the king do to make all you guys want to oppose him so bad? His soldiers are tough. What makes it worth fighting them?
I'd like to know, too.
Throughout all of Vendura, injustice runs rampant. Whether it be due to race or money, many are born without a fair chance at life. They have it hard from start to finish, offered nothing but pain and cruelty. Many of our comrades are drawn from such lives. That's why they come to fight with us. They're hoping for a better world, for the world that Demetrio is working to build. That's why I fight with him.
Change the world? That's ambitious.
We'll cover more ground if we split up. You two look around that way. I'll see you back at camp.
I guess we're on our own then.
Seems to me it's a bit late into the night for you to be doing a chemistry project.
Yeah, not the best habit I've picked up. Though I must say it's not entirely without its advantages.
Really? Did you pick it up while you were working at the Royal Laboratory?
That was a long time ago.
Do you know what Delzine's trying to accomplish?
Afraid not. I was just an employee.
I can tell you aren't lying, but...
I'd like to know more than anyone, but he's never once stated his intentions. King Delzine is not the kind of man who shares the workings of his inner thought.
Like a little kid. Haven't you ever seen the ocean?
Sure, but oceans don't look like this on the surface. They're not nearly as green.
It's actually a canal, not an ocean. Amatias is one of the biggest port cities in Endor. All sorts of things funnel through here to the inland, whether it be goods, people, or information.
That looks like a seabird. We'll have to cross the canal to reach Babylon, right?
Eventually. But first we're going to have to make a stop at one of the islands out there.
What for?
To try and recruit the Zusians that inhabit the island.
Oh, so you guys have finally decided to make your move, huh?
We still need to find a ship and provision it, but we should be able to leave tomorrow morning.
Dude, we're going on a boat. This adventure just got real.
Jeez, you're easy to impress, aren't you?
Simple minds, simple pleasures.
What's that supposed to mean? Calling me stupid? Finally gonna get some sleep.
Oh, come on. You sleep like a dead man in a tent every night.
I do not.
Yes, you do. Even plugging your nose doesn't stop the snoring.
So you're the reason I keep having dreams about drowning, you jerk.
They're at it again.
If you boys have so much energy, why not use it to go out and explore the city a bit?
Yeah, sounds good.
Go by yourself. I'm staying here.
Did you get a look at that seabird that flew by us this morning?
Yeah, I've never seen one like it before.
That's because their species prefers colder climates, outside of mating season anyway. I expect we'll find the weather across the canal to be very different. Without some warmer clothes, you boys will probably freeze to death.
Oh, man. I'm more of a warm weather guy.
I'm sure you can find whatever you need in town. Better do your shopping now. Once we board the ship, you're out of luck.
In that case, I'm heading into the city. You coming, or you want to be a prissy popsicle?
I can take care of myself, unlike some people.
Go together. This far from the castle, no one should recognize you. There's safety in numbers. You're better off not splitting up.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm sick of his dumb face.
The guy shouldn't go alone.
Probably
I'd better come along too to make sure they don't kill each other.
It'll be you.
Besides, I'm pretty good at haggling.
Not to call me that.
Forgive me, oh mighty one.
Will you idiots shut up and follow me? What about you, Pascal?
I'll stay back and rest these old bones.
Suit yourself. Should we pick up some warmer clothing for you then?
Not necessary. I have a marvelous invention that should do the trick quite nicely.
Okay, rest up. We'll see you before dark.
Good. Keep a close eye on those boys. Now, I have preparations of my own to make.
Finally, a real city. I was starting to think this place was nothing but backwards villages and untamed wilderness.
I'm just excited that we get to go shopping.
Hello, where are you three off to?
Going out on the town? What for?
Shopping for warmer clothing. What about you?
There's some people we need to see to arrange our passage out of here. You know, Shun, you shouldn't walk around looking like that.
Huh? Looking like what?
Like you come from a different world. You stand out like a sore thumb.
Guess I kinda do, huh?
I think I can help. There, now you fit in.
I think it suits you.
That was a quick fix, thanks.
Of course. Now go run along and have fun.
June, you should buy an helmet while you're here in the market. The city's famous for them.
Okay.
Be careful out here, Prince. You don't want to get lost.
I won't.
We have plenty of time before dark. Why don't we wander around and explore a bit? I vote we start with snacks.
Cool. What do they have?
There's something wrong?
I don't think I can buy anything with this.
That's a weird-looking coin.
Money from the surface?
Yeah, the only cash I've got, and it's useless. Emilio, will you lend me some money? I'll pay you back.
No way.
Help a guy out. You're a prince. You've got to be loaded.
Nope. I have no money.
I think you're full of it.
No, wait.
It makes sense. I mean, why would he need money in the castle?
So what good are you then?
What was that?
For a second there, I thought we were royally screwed. Your lifesaver, Alicia. Thanks.
Sure. Don't mention it. Although, you boys will owe me, and I'll be charging interest.
Those are creepy.
They're dolls people set out on nursery windowsills as protective charms for babies. They ward off curses and evil spirits.
Oh yeah? What about bossy jerkwads?
Are you talking about me?
No.
You are, aren't you?
What? No. Anyway, what's that?
A local delicacy.
Nobody's there. Strange.
Emilio, you coming or not?
So this is the Amit that Demetrio was talking about? We call these euros.
Matthias is known for them. You can't find them anyplace else.
The sauce smells like... Yeah, wow. It's teriyaki.
600 endo for all three.
Right.
You might be the first dish I've seen here that actually resembles decent food. Come to Papa, you beautiful thing!
What's wrong? Don't you like it?
Yeah, I actually like it a lot.
Then why are you making that weird face?
I'm just glad it's not four.
So, what do you want the notebook for, Shun?
To write down stuff about Indora, so I won't forget anything when I go back to the surface.
How cute. He's got a diary.
I should punch you.
Guys.
He took my knife!
Emilio!
Hasn't anyone ever taught you that stealing is wrong, urchin?
Calm down, Emilio.
Run! He's trying to feed his family.
Would you like something to eat? You can have this if you want. We bought more than we need. They can have some too. How's that sound?
Yummy! Can we eat like this every day?
Thanks a lot. And I'm sorry for trying to steal from you.
You don't like being a thief. If you know it's wrong, then why do it?
Because he doesn't want his family to starve. You think they're the only ones? There are so many others like them. So many families that resort to stealing because that's the only way they can feed themselves.
That isn't so uncommon on the surface either.
Even back in Endor's capital, there are people struggling every day just to make ends meet. If my father hadn't left behind his shop, I would be in the same situation as these kids.
I didn't know.
Not right now.
Oh, wow, awesome. Look at that. You guys want to shoot some hoops?
Shun seems like a pretty good guy. I wonder if everybody from the surface is like him.
You try.
If they are, it might not be such a bad place to visit, you know?
Hey, want some more players?
Sure, come on.
Well, are you coming?
You go ahead.
You guys are killing it. I can't sink one shot.
Well, we've got a ship now, so it should be smooth sailing from here.
On all you want, but the hardest part is yet to come.
All we can do is believe in the cause and keep moving.
It got dark quicker than I realized.
Can we hurry? I'm starving.
Get down!
Who made it?
I don't know.
A little girl.
Alone on the street after dark?
Maybe she needs help. She could be lost.
Are you alone? Where are your parents?
Look out! A warp relic, but she's just a kid.
Kid or not, she attacked us! Let's go!
Hey, hold on!
Kill him. Kill the prince.
Damn.
Tally ho.
Amelia, no.
Sorry about this, little one. Playtime's over.
Man, good timing. So was that carpet thing you threw your water product? Yes, and it certainly came in handy. Yeah, look at Demetrio fight. That coat doesn't stand a chance against it.
Can't say I feel great about fighting a little kid. Don't struggle. I thought so.
That girl is an assassin. You're kidding. She's a murderer. A professional killer. For the most part, assassins in Endride are orphaned children. Those born with war relics are snatched up by black market traders. They're trained to fight. Then they're sold to the highest bidder, usually a noble with deep pockets. I don't know how it's done exactly, but they're brainwashed. After they've been taken, the trainers break them, and the children are taught that they must kill in order to survive. Their options are either to eliminate their targets or be eliminated themselves. If they fail or disobey, death awaits them. Before long, they aren't really children anymore, but efficient killing machines.
But she's so young.
Don't let that fool you. I'm not sure who sent her, but she is an assassin. I think you're right. You heard. She said kill the prince. So Amelia was her target then. Which means she was probably sent by someone holding a grudge against the royal family.
All right, then. I'll kill you first.
You're welcome to try, but I doubt you'll succeed. This is quite interesting. It looks like I'm gonna have to step up my game a little.
I've lost.
I'm not as young as I used to be. Let's wrap this fight up. What do you say? You are free to move on. Forget your past. The assassin inside you is dead.
There's no choice. I kill or die.
That's not true anymore. Now you have the freedom to choose how you live. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it before long.
Freedom. I don't know what that means.
Stick with us and we'll find out together. If you choose to use it, you have the power to help change the world. But still, it's your decision to make.
But I don't know how to be normal.
It's not too hard. For now, just hold your doll and smile when you can.
Late again. I wonder what super lame excuse they're gonna have this time. Where were you guys? Wait, what the hell?
Sorry we're late, Louise. We got just a little distracted.
Is that girl a love child of yours or something?
Who's the mother? Is it Elgeria?
You aren't as amusing as you think you are, Felix.
As you've noticed, our company has increased.
We're not so hard up we need to start bringing in little girls. What's your name, kid?
She's a bit shy. Give her time.
Well, what is your name, little one?
I'm Misha.
All right. From now on, Misha's one of the Ignots. Welcome, Misha.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Really, they're nice.
At least most of the time.
Give me a break.
That's Louise for you.
Oh, good, you're back. What's all the commotion about?
Hey, Yeah?
Who's that? The recruits sure are young these days. I have to be leaving soon, but I'm sure these three will look after you. What did you think of the city?
Well, I was really surprised. Living in the castle, I didn't realize things were that bad. Something has to change. It's not right.
I agree with you.
You really going back to the castle?
Yeah. There's something I need to look into. And I think I'm going to need access to the Royal Laboratory in order to do it.
And now to finish it.
That's enough, you two! Come on, Felix. You of all people should know better than to summon your warp relic in the middle of a sparring match.
So next time I'll just let her slit my throat?
You know, I gotta say, going against a fighter like Felix is pretty impressive for someone as young as you.
I could destroy him with ease.
I don't understand how they can even walk around on this rickety old salvage.
It's not hard, unless of course you're seasick.
Just give me a break, will ya? I've never been on a real ship before, let alone one like this. It feels like every time we hit a wave, I'm gonna get knocked right out of this thing. You look a bit ill, Shun. If you're feeling seasick, then you should try eating some of these. Sure. What the hell? It's one of those cures that's almost worse than the ailment, am I right? I honestly thought you decided to kill me. But you were right, I feel way better now. I'm pleased to hear it. Hey, have either of you seen Emilio?
No, now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since we set sail.
Whoa there. If you need a hurl, go up top.
I'm perfectly fine. Don't lump me together with Shun, just because he can't keep his food in does... I came here to ask if you're serious about taming the Zuzians.
Well, I wouldn't use the word tame, but yes, I do plan to seek their help. You seem displeased.
Of course I'm displeased. You shouldn't need reminding about how many of our allies they killed.
I won't blame an entire race for the actions of a few. In serving Delzine, the truculent have severed all ties to their people. These waters will only get rougher. The Zuzians didn't settle here by choice. They were shipped off with the intention that they never make it back. It's a natural prison of rock and current.
How is this old wreck supposed to help us get through that?
I did say this would be a rough ride, especially for a spoiled priss.
The next time someone... Swear you'll never call me Chris again.
What? No, wait, that name fits you like a friggin' glove. Okay, fine, whatever. You're not a Chris. You're a total badass. Just let me up.
Will you two ever stop fighting?
It's kind of choppy out here.
It certainly is.
One of the boards in the forward keel got busted somehow, so we need to patch it or we're gonna sink.
There's a chance I can hold her together with my warp relic.
Are the Zuzians really worth all this?
We didn't die, did we? Say no.
Don't even think of asking me to carry you.
Yeah, as if you could. You look even worse than I feel.
Stop talking. Your voice makes my head throb.
Everyone's safe. Don't worry.
From the looks of things, she's made her last voyage.
Well, then we'd better secure that alliance with the Zuzians. It's our best hope for a ship and our only chance of staying free and alive.
Sad but true.
It's hardly the first time we've been on the verge of destruction.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, we may be walking on a tightrope, but at least it's pointing out the way.
Wow. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that can keep those guys down.
They're here.
The Zuzians.
We appreciate the warm reception.
You landed on the wrong island, Indrus.
We should try to strike first.
I forbid it, Nisha. We went through a lot to get here. That wasn't because we have a shortage of enemies. So you must be the chief of the Zuzians here. We need to talk.
What the hell are you planning to do with us?
So that's how it's gonna be?
Listen, I know you're only doing this to protect yourselves, but if you hear us out,
Shut your mouth. We'd have bound you with them if you weren't part Susian. Don't make me regret that choice. These Endras are trespassers on our land, and that's how they'll be treated.
Hey, so is it just me, or do we seem completely screwed here?
Astute observation. Endras and Susians have been at odds for generations. Of course this is how they greet us. What does Demetrio think he's doing here?
The usual for Endras who end up here is to cower at my feet and beg. I find it refreshing you've opted instead to give a stoic glare and a silent tongue. Isolated though we are, some rumors do reach us. If what we heard is true, you're the Ignots, a band of rebels led by the charismatic Endra Demetrio.
I'm flattered to hear that you remembered my name. It's quite the honor.
I've no use for your pleasantries. Tell me what you want with us.
We want you to join us, to add your strength to ours. Our revolution stands no chance without you. King Delzine is too formidable a foe.
These Endras really think we'd help them? I'd rather toss them to sea. Supposing that for some reason we were to help you, what would we stand to gain in return?
Your freedom and dignity. Once Delzine is defeated, we'll change the laws to ensure Zusians everywhere are treated as equals. You have my word.
And what is that worth? Since when have you Endras ever upheld your end of a pact made with my people? What is this but a thinly veiled attempt to take the throne for yourself by using us?
I promise I have no intention of becoming king.
Your promise means nothing.
Okay, so I get that Zusians really don't like interest, but I'm still a little fuzzy on the why. I mean, what did y'all do to them?
Susians are quite strong. Physically, they're superior in almost every way. Indras saw them as brutes, used them as slaves, forced them to work until they broke. Once they were used up, they were tossed aside. The Zusians you see here, they're the descendants of those who were too sick or injured to be of use to my ancestors.
That's awful.
My people have earned every last bit of the disdain and mistrust that Zusians have for us.
I'll tell you what, your word is nothing now, but you could prove its worth through action.
What will it take?
Not much, only your life.
His life?
What are you offering?
If you do surrender your life, then I'll give your cause my full support in exchange.
No, you can't do this!
The only one I'm speaking to is him. If you refuse me, you can keep your life, but your cause will get no aid, and your followers, well, they'll die instead. If your true motive is not ambition but your faith in this cause, then your life should be a small price to pay to see it succeed. He'll see nothing!
If any of you attempt to harm him, I'll kill you.
Stand down, the both of you. It's not a bad deal.
If you die, that's it for us. You are the only reason we've made it this far.
Felix is right. You can't agree to this.
This is ridiculous. Don't even think about saying yes. Without you, everything we've worked for would fall apart.
You say that, but it just isn't true. The seeds of revolt are planted. They're growing on their own now. The king himself knows it. This revolution will happen with or without me. And with your Zusian allies secured, he'll have no way to stop you.
Are you serious?
Demetrio, no.
You can go on and kill me. But first, make me a promise. In exchange for my head, you will fight to bring down Delzine, and you'll treat all of my comrades as if they were your own. Give me your word, and I'll take it.
Consider it given.
Stop, it's not worth it.
Are you planning to fight us? I thought you were part Zusian.
If you want to kill him, you go through me.
Please don't do this, I beg you. Let him go and kill me instead.
If that's not enough, slay me as well.
I say we put down a whole bunch of them. Good plan. Kill them all! I didn't say you could speak. Do you wish to die too? So your word is good. Let's go have that talk.
That was way close. I thought that Zuzian guy was gonna kill us all for sure. It's a good sign that they untied us. I think we can assume this means we've gained a bit of their trust.
It's a start at least, but they haven't given us permission to leave yet, and I bet they've got people watching to make sure we don't try.
And Demetrio? You think he's safe?
If they do anything to hurt him, then I'll make sure they pay.
He'll be perfectly fine, I'm certain. He always pulls through somehow. What are you kids up to? Hey, come back! Do they seem scared to you?
Yeah, they do, but I can't imagine why. I mean, they're Zuzians. We're weaker. If we tried to attack them, they'd beat us.
And that thinking is a big part of why they've been persecuted. Zuzians are quite a bit stronger, but you Endra outnumbered them. And once weapons got into the picture, that's what mattered most. The Endra subjugated them easily and used them like animals. The Zuzians here remember. They know what it means to suffer.
Sake is a precious thing here. We drink it only on special occasions or to signify our highest respect for a guest.
Quite delicious.
Let's suppose I poisoned it. Do you know why? Your Ignots have a reputation as resourceful fighters. But if I kill their leader secretly, I can deal with the rest later or use them for myself. It didn't happen, but it must have crossed your mind. Yet you drink, because you care more about your cause than your survival.
Or I just didn't take you for the poisoning type. Anyway, I seem to recall you saying we were going to talk. And since I haven't keeled over yet, I'm assuming you meant it.
I forgot to introduce myself. You can call me Gradito. As you might have guessed, I'm the chief here. As for your request that we take part in your revolt, I'm interested.
Glad to hear it.
That said, before I can commit to this, there are things I have to ask about your plan.
By all means, I'm listening.
When you explained your need for our assistance, you mentioned our strength in particular. Am I to assume you'd like us to fight the King's army?
No. If my plan's successful, there'll be no need to fight. I want this revolution to succeed without any further loss of life.
That sounds naive to me. It's not a bad idea, though.
We'll send a message. Proof of our strength and resolve. We have to show this king with numbers that his people want better.
So, he refused to negotiate unless he believes you stand on equal ground. And you want us with you because the stronger you look, the more likely he'll be to hear your terms.
Yeah.
One more thing. You said you wanted to depose the king, but not to replace him. What did you mean by that?
I meant exactly what I said.
Society will collapse if there's no one on top to direct it. You can't want to end all civilization.
I don't. There'll have to be a new king, I realize that.
So why not take the job yourself?
Thing is, if I did become king, then regardless of what I actually intended to do, people would suspect I revolted to take power for myself. We can't build a country off a foundation of doubt. When the time comes, we'll choose a king. One who treats all their subjects as equals, despite their species. A king who judges people only for their deeds.
Have you met someone like that?
No, I haven't.
Hey, I was wondering where you went off to.
And now you know.
Did you hear? It looks like the Zuzians are gonna help us out after all. I wonder what Demetrio said to change their minds.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude, try not to get so excited. It's not like we just took a huge step towards bringing down Delzine or something. You look all pensive. What are you thinking about?
Look, before all this began, I never really left the castle.
Must have been pretty sheltered living there.
Yes, that's true. I realize now how ignorant I was. Those hungry kids in Amatias, the Zuzians who were sent here, I just now realized that back when Demetrio asked me what I would do once the king was dead, people like them didn't even exist to me.
Yeah, weird thing is, it wasn't that long ago.
Back then, I thought that nothing else could matter. I would take vengeance from my father, and then that would be the end. It's not, though. All those lives will go on. Maybe I can stop Delzine, but the kingdom will still be there, as will the lives that depend on it. I wanted to ask you, is your life really so different on the surface from how it is down here?
Well, yeah, it was.
Could you tell me what it was like to live up there? What kind of life would an average person have?
What the heck's gotten into you, man? You never asked me to tell you about the surface before.
Never thought to. So are you gonna answer?
Well, it's not perfect, but compared to here, I guess life is kind of easy. Things are more convenient, for sure. We have some pretty crazy technology.
Really now?
Yeah. Like, you know all those weird gadgets Pascal likes to make? Literally everybody I know's got stuff like that.
Everyone up there has inventions like Pascal's? The surface sounds kind of dangerous now.
Stuff like jets and flamethrowers are a bit harder to come by.
But people do have them.
Most of us have plenty to eat, discrimination's illegal, and there's no war, at least not in my country.
It almost...
It's so cold. I'm freezing my ass off here.
Shut up, crybaby.
You've got to be cold. How come you're not shivering?
I trained my body not to.
That's a neat trick. I wonder how long you can keep it up. Think you'll make it all the way over the mountain without shivering?
We're climbing that? I can feel my hands.
Hey, move over. You're hugging the fire.
I thought your royal hide was impervious to cold.
Shut up.
Scoot over, boys. You want some of that, too.
I'm fine. What are you doing here, Misha? I thought you were basically glued to Dimitrio's side.
You must be tired. Children usually go to bed early, right? I am not a child.
I hate to break it to you, but...
It's gonna be a hell of a morale boost when the others find out you're here.
From the sound of it, things are starting to come together.
Recruitment in the north is going well, too. We've been able to gather more troops than anticipated.
Really? That's great. Good work.
You've done some amazing work yourself, Dimitrio. I can't believe you arranged an alliance with the Zuzians.
I couldn't have done it without my comrades' help.
You could have done it without scaring us all half to death.
Just thinking about it makes my stomach hurt.
I agree.
So, what's our next step going to be? Our people are ready whenever you give the word.
We don't want to rush things. First order of business is to start negotiations with the king.
Right. Considering the size of our force, Delzine might prefer to bargain than risk a cost. Well, they seem pretty confident. Who knows? Maybe this whole thing can be settled without anyone else having to die.
At least one man still has to die. There's no point negotiating with someone who won't listen.
What are you saying?
Our only hope of success is Delzine's death.
Should I go?
Leave him. How long's it gonna take to get to the other side?
There's no way of knowing.
What, you can't even guess?
Weather on the mountain is very unpredictable. If a blizzard hits, we'll have no choice but to wait it out.
Seriously?
Keep moving or we'll leave you behind.
Okay, I'm going already.
Shun!
What's up?
I want to talk to you about last night.
Oh, you mean Emilio?
I'm worried about him. Do you really think he'll try to kill Delzine when we get to Babylon?
I don't know, but I'm sure hoping he changes his mind. Especially since I promised I'd help him.
Same here. He's so secretive. I know he doesn't get along with his father. But why?
I don't know all the specifics, but he's serious. He really, truly wants to kill the guy. It's like he's obsessed. He seems to think killing Delzine is the only purpose his life has anymore.
Doesn't he see that he's lucky?
What do you mean, lucky?
I don't have a single person left who I can call my family. But it's different for him. He could try to make things better with Delzine. This way will be worse for everyone.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't want to freeze to death, hurry up!
What's he talking about?
Time to make camp. Storm's on its way.
Is this blizzard ever gonna end? I'm sick of waiting here.
Damn it. We're so close to Delzine, too.
So, you said you want to avenge your father, right? What does that mean?
It's none of your business.
Come on, don't be like that. I'm helping you, remember? I think that entitles me to a little bit of background info.
Shun.
It's not like you've got a whole lot else to do. Just tell me.
He raised me. But Delzine isn't my real father. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be just like him. I thought he was so strong and so brave.
What happened? Why do you hate him now?
I found out. He killed my father so he could seize the throne. I was a fool. Idolizing him without ever suspecting what he was.
That explains why you don't trust anyone. I guess I can't blame you. You must have been lonely in the castle after you found that out.
At first, I had Pascal. I felt like he was the only person I could trust. But Delzine banished him from the castle, and I was alone again.
Does Pascal know about your plans for revenge?
He doesn't approve.
Hence the fight you got into.
Sure. What would you do? Would you forgive the man who murdered your father?
I would probably feel the same way you do. And I'd want to make whoever was responsible pay.
You see?
But they're still my mother. I don't think I could bring myself to hurt her like that. And what about you? You've got Pascal and Alicia. And you know, I don't think your real dad would want you to do it either.
He would. Why wouldn't he? It's for him. I'm doing this to avenge him.
You think there's a parent out there who wants to see his kid become a murderer? Because I sure don't. Miss you, Mom. I'll be home soon.
Father. His face. can't I see his face?
Woo! Awesome, look at the snow.
That blizzard sure dumped a bunch of it on us.
Oh man, I wish I could go boarding.
What's that?
Snowboarding. You hitch yourself to a board and go sliding across the snow.
Yeah? That sounds like fun.
I'm actually pretty good at it too. Snow like this is perfect. If I had my board with me, I would tear this mountain up.
Children.
Stop wasting energy. We've got a lot of hiking ahead.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. What the hell is that?
Looks like a dragon footprint to me.
A dragon?
Yeah. There used to be dragon nests all over the Canas Mountains. They were everywhere. But thanks to over-enthusiastic dragon hunters, they're almost extinct now.
Seems there's one nearby, though.
What? For real? So we're gonna turn back, right?
After everything we've been through, this is what's gonna scare you off? I mean, if you think about it, you've been traveling with a mini dragon this whole time.
Huh? What do you mean? You think Valerian could be related to dragons? Maybe you'll make some friends while we're here.
Alicia's got more guts than Shun, but that's no big surprise, huh?
Hey, I'm scared for good reason. Dragons breathe fire and eat people. We'll never beat one unless we're max level.
Oh, so dragons on the surface breathe fire?
Well, not exactly. Up there, dragons are just fantasy creatures. I mean, I've never seen one outside of video games or movies.
Video games, movies. These are places where your surface dragons live?
That's not what I meant.
The dragons we have in Endor don't breathe fire. We'll be fine.
Elsewhere! Elsewhere!
What's the matter?
It's always so dark in the archives. But for a scientist, darkness represents the mysterious unknown, and banishing the darkness guides us to new revelations and frontiers. With this lantern, I will shed light on the darkest secrets of the world.
Huh?
The light you're wearing. That looks like a variable plasma energy lamp. Are you who I think you are?
Sorry to bother you. Don't mind me.
Wow.
I think your name was Joseph, wasn't it?
Yes,
That lantern of yours, you make it yourself?
I did. Building that sort of thing is a hobby of mine. It's just a toy compared to your lamp, though.
No, don't belittle your accomplishment. To make a voltaic electrode lamp at your age is impressive.
I can hardly believe it. The great Pascal is praising my work. You're the whole reason I became a scientist. Emulating you is what drives all my research.
That's very nice, young man. But could you stop shaking the ladder?
I'm sorry. You know, I think your most impressive work was that ingenious trick with the Babel design. It reminded me that in the right hands, science can also be an art.
So you know about that, do you? Were you the one who figured it out then?
Yes! I was so proud to have discovered it, I could barely contain my excitement when I told the chief about it. And he was so impressed with the final design, he insisted on accompanying the king to Babylon himself.
When you're the one who fixed the problem?
I don't mind. Just getting to spend so many hours studying the design was more than I had ever hoped for.
If I ever see that chief of yours, I'm going to thank him for leaving you behind.
Huh?
I need to find a way back to the others as quickly as I can. But I don't think it'll be easy.
I can't believe there was a giant cave buried under the snow.
How does your little guy know what direction we should go?
It's a talent of his. He can track the warp relics inside of people. That's how we found Emilio and Shun when they ran away before.
He couldn't help us if Demetrio got lost then.
Good thing I've got an excellent sense of direction.
If you get lost, I swear I'll come find you.
There's nothing to worry about with Misha at your side.
Don't laugh. What is it, buddy? What's the matter?
I'm getting the feeling we're not welcome here.
A dragon?
Holy crap, look at that thing. It's huge. And mad. Really, really mad.
Run!
What do we do? Fight it?
Fighting a dragon won't do anything besides getting us killed. We don't stand a chance here. Not without Elswia. All we can do now is run.
Where did that one come from?
Valerian?
Valerian could talk.
What's happening? Do you know?
You okay?
My dad.
Alicia, I've missed you.
So it's you? It really is you, Father?
Yes, I always hoped I would speak with you again.
But why like this through Valerian? Where are you?
I no longer have an Indra form. I'm a spirit now.
What happened?
I will tell you everything. How I came to be as you see me now. How I found myself trapped within a warp relic. Years ago, I made my living as a hunter. I loved adventure and the thrill of danger. I willingly risked my life to hone my skills. Then one day, I met my match. The monster had me cornered, and certain death loomed. I accepted that the end had come, but in that moment, my warp relic evolved, and I defeated the monster. That encounter reminded me of an old legend. That warp relics are influenced by their wielder's spirit, evolving as a person's passion and determination increase. Bent on becoming more powerful, I became obsessed with evolving my warp relic. When it evolved twice and no more, I assumed that was the limit of its power, and I had realized its full potential. If I had known then that my obsession would ultimately be my undoing, perhaps things would have turned out differently. Time passed, and I met my wife. We married, and you were born, Alicia.
This doesn't make sense. The father I knew never hunted any monsters.
Because I realized my family was more important than a warp relic. I gave up being a hunter and became a carpenter.
That a family was so important to you, then why did you disappear after Mom died? I was only 10 years old. I needed you.
Your mother was killed by bandits.
I thought it was an accident.
No. Angry at myself for not protecting her and consumed by revenge, I left my young daughter in search for the bandits. I found them and killed them all. When the last one was dead, my warp relic evolved without warning. It pulled me in, and I was trapped within it.
Impossible. How could something like that even happen?
Warp relics are connected to their users' emotions.
Indeed. My obsessions with power and revenge led to my downfall when the relentless hatred I felt triggered its final evolution. And that's how I became a living warp relic.
What does that mean exactly?
A living warp relic belongs to no one. It is an independent entity that possesses a will of its own.
Except that Valerian comes with me wherever I go.
Because whatever else I am, I'm still your father. My spirit is always sleeping, lying dormant inside Valerian. It is only when you are in grave danger that I can awake and come to your aid.
Can all living warp relics do what you can? Make a place like this, I mean.
No, it is not normal for any warp relic to have this power. But my situation is something of an anomaly, and so I have abilities beyond what is usual.
Because of our connection? Because I'm your daughter?
I believe so. Alicia, I am so sorry for leaving you when you were young. But remember, I'm always by your side. I want you to know that.
This means I've never been alone, have I?
No, and you never will be. I'll watch over you forever. So keep smiling, Alicia.
Yes, I will.
I don't think I fully understood all that.
I don't either.
Hey, snap out of it! What was that about? What happened?
Well, that's a good question. Sorry, but we don't really know either. There you are. Is everyone okay?
Are we okay? Hey! Behind you!
Don't worry, it's all right. They don't mean us any harm, though this one seems to be injured.
We stumbled upon a nest belonging to a dragon family. Valerian told me so.
The parents were only trying to protect their child, just like any creature would.
They probably attacked us thinking we were a group of dragon hunters.
Those dragons took us a pretty good distance. We ought to reach Babylon within a day or two.
Hey, it seems weird we haven't seen any sign of Delzine. Makes me wonder, do you think he might have beat us getting there?
It's hard to say. He was traveling straight from the castle, so he took a different route.
I'm worried that if he did get there first, he could do something to screw up Babel. If it used to be broken, it might just be good for one ride.
Shuns needs a side. Keeping the king from using Babel should be a priority. If he wants to reach the surface, he has reasons. And knowing him, they can't be good.
Is something the matter, Elsria?
Hey, Elsria!
Hey, look, he's awake!
Glad you're back with us. That was a pretty dramatic fall you took earlier.
I assume you saw the future again.
I don't fully understand what I saw. However, our world was desolate.
What was the cause?
Well, what keeps Endor whole? That unseen life force. it would seem that power is beginning to fail.
So what does this mean?
Maybe the end of our world. All I know is that no vision I've had before has left me with such a feeling of dread.
If it's really that bad, can't we do something?
If we at least knew what was causing this to happen, we'd have a place to start.
Too bad we don't.
If only this vision had been clearer, I could tell you something more useful.
The end of the world, eh? Too much for me to wrap my head around. I'm not going to worry about it.
Needless to say, Your Majesty, the development of a method for restoring Babel required a great deal of painstaking labor and research. Even for someone with my superior intellect, this project...
Is your work complete or not?
There are a few final adjustments that need to be made, sir. It will take time to implement them, though I am not sure how much.
Very well. I've been waiting years for this moment to come. I can wait a few days more.
Forgive my impertinence, Majesty, but could I ask what you plan to do once Babel is restored? After all the effort I've put forth, I feel that I deserve to know exactly what I've been working towards.
You know everything you need to.
But, sire, this project is not...
I wonder, are you secretly an imbecile, or is it your wish to have your head removed?
Why don't you cut the man some slack, my lord? I mean, he's only a scientist.
It's those damn Zusians! You're in the presence of the king, so hold your tongue!
Enough, Ibelda. We have news of the prince.
So, the Ignots have formed an alliance with the island Zusians. Tell me, Ibelda, do my orders somehow confuse you? Should I say them slower?
Not sure what you mean, sir.
You've obtained a new scar. Who gave it to you? If memory serves, I last ordered you to observe the prince's party. I do not recall giving you permission to engage. Very good. You know better than to give me excuses, at least.
I don't need an excuse.
You will do exactly as ordered from now on. Understood?
Damn that royal prick.
Let it go. Ibelda went against the orders of the king and was reprimanded accordingly.
Yeah, but I wasn't the only one, was I?
Look at those savages go.
They're scrapping like dogs.
I don't understand why the king allowed them into his service.
Which one of you wants to see his own insides?
Stop it. If you kill one of the king's soldiers, it'll put our position at risk.
I'm sick of it. I'm done bending over backwards to help these Endra feel good. Agreed. Now that scientist has got me curious about why Delzine's so obsessed with rebuilding the Babel relic. What exactly is he planning? She sent news?
That she did. Apparently, the Ignots are set to get to Babylon a bit sooner than we expected.
Almost all the literature regarding Babel has been either lost or destroyed. The few texts I've been able to find are like this one, redacted beyond legibility. Just what is the king so desperate to hide? Could it explain his fixation with reaching the surface? The only thing I've learned is the depth of my ignorance. The king must have missed one book. If I'm to get Shun near the surface, I should keep looking.
Aha! There you are! Forgive me, sir. You might not know from looking at me, but I'm not particularly athletic. Too bad I can't save the calories I waste running around the place for my brain.
I suppose with the right gear sequence, you could make the floor move for you. Say, what if you made a vehicle that uses a ferromagnetic alloy?
Neodymium! I'll begin work on the diagrams immediately. We'll store the charge it draws in a lithium polymer. I've been working on this insulated circuit, and this will be just the thing to test it with. Hopefully all the static won't ruin my
I
hair,
get the feeling this isn't what you came here to talk about.
Right, thank you. I wanted to inform you that the lab's regional warp particle measurements have been completed and analyzed. I still can't fathom why the chief was so reluctant to continue research on such an important phenomenon, but I'm glad we ended up doing it.
I agree. The diminishment of Andora's warp particles is an extremely important discovery. Your powers of observation must be well honed indeed.
I can't express what it means to receive such praise from Pascal himself. Although I must say that I never could have noticed that warp particles were dying out if not for the device you created to detect them. Once I gathered sufficient data, I had a flash of insight.
Warp particles are a vital part of Endora. If they continue to deplete at this rate, our entire world will doubtlessly suffer.
Things are starting to get out of hand here. All of this doomsday talk, with the king so close to Babel. I wonder, am I really gonna make it back home?
You will. I'll make sure of it. These problems don't affect you. They belong to Endora. You have troubles enough without adding any of ours to the list.
Wait, are you being serious?
Go to sleep.
Okay. He might have just said that to shut me up. I'm sure he's got his own problems in mind. I mean, he was raised by the man who killed his father. Anyone would be torn up after that. Hey, listen. You might be a piece of work, but you've also had my back through this. No matter what you decide to do, I'm with you. You can count on me to make good on our deal. But killing Delzine to take revenge isn't gonna make anything better. Isn't there another option? Hey, you asleep?
You don't understand. How could you?
Do your worst. Never make it past me. What do you think? How do I stop Emilio from going through with this?
Up and at 'em. The rest of the watch is yours.
Right.
Hey there. Why are you still awake?
No reason.
Well, we're getting a pretty early start tomorrow, so as long as you're up to nothing, you might try and do it lying down.
Right, I'll give that a try.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. Good night, Louise.
He's up early.
Seriously? You couldn't have done better, Ralph. Thanks.
It looks like this revolution might really have a chance.
Yep. The tides are turning in our favor. We've become a force to be reckoned with, even for the king.
About time you woke up.
Whatever. So who's this?
Don't you remember me?
Surely the two of you must have met back at the Ignat's old encampment. Ralph's one of the soldiers I sent off after the attack.
Oh yeah. I thought you looked kind of familiar.
You remembered. No worries, that was just another face in the crowd.
When we left to court the Zuzians, other Ignats like Ralph did the same elsewhere. The goal was to obtain the support of as many lords as they could sway.
That's right. We focused on areas far enough away that fear of retaliation wouldn't be much of a concern. And I guess it paid off because most of the lords we spoke with offered their support to the cause.
You don't say. So by support, you mean...
Full alliances across the board. Council, supplies, and a slew of additional soldiers.
That's amazing!
I should be on my way then. There are still plenty of lords out there I haven't gotten to speak with yet.
Fair enough. Go get them.
And if negotiations with the king do somehow go south, get word to us as quickly as you can. Your men will come.
I appreciate it. But for now, let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Right, best of luck, sir.
It's about to get busy around here.
First the Zuzians, and now these nobles. We finally had the power to do this.
Guess we do.
Shake it off. It's how life works. What's right for one is pain for another.
Louise? Goodness, what's with the mean mug?
It's nothing. I was just surprised.
Aw, come on. If you got a problem, let it out.
I was thinking about what El Juiz said, okay? Just lay off.
Yeah, that's been weighing on my mind as well. By the way, we just received word from one of our more itinerant comrades. Apparently, they've been gathering support from sundry lords across the land.
I'm so sorry.
Emilio! June!
Hey, good morning.
What is it?
Did you hear?
Huh?
The Ignats who split up were looking for allies, and now a bunch of lords have joined their side!
Oh yeah, I already knew that.
Yay, you.
Yep, I was one of the select few who got to hear it from the messenger. His name's Ralph. We go way back. You would have liked him if you hadn't been busy sleeping in.
Please, you didn't even know the man's name. And the only reason you stumbled into consciousness is because we spoke beside a tent.
Look, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Like that gross strand of drool you woke up with?
What? You're kidding me?
I am.
You little.
You two are the same as ever. Still can't figure out if you get along.
No one cares if you look like a slack-jawed imbecile when you first wake up. It's fine.
I care. Now take it back. Tell me I'm handsome all day long. You know it's true. You're just jealous.
Moving on to a subject that matters. Between the Ignats, Zuzians, and Lords, we've gathered a force Delzine must recognize. If all goes well, then...
Emilio.
So, I guess you are still planning to kill the king, aren't you?
My father is dead. Vengeance is all I can give him. I've thought about this for too many years to betray him now.
But why kill him?
Someone must, and no one else seems to care if my father's spirit can rest in peace. I've given everything for this.
even my place as a prince.
No way. You really think you know everything?
Shut up! I know far more than... This has nothing to do with you.
Oh, yeah? And when did that get decided for me?
Since you are an outsider with no stake in this world, you're leaving. Remember? When you do, you'll forget about this.
You dumb piece of...
Hey, let him down, Shoot!
Has it ever crossed your mind that people worry about you? You have to let go of this hatred. If you don't, you're gonna end up like Valeria, like Alicia's dad. I promised to see this thing through to the end with you, and I don't want to see you get trapped inside of a warp relic. Are you really okay with that happening? With losing who you are?
I'm not. I won't let it happen.
And what makes you so sure about that?
It's enough. Let me go.
Idiot!
Stop it!
You say your problems don't concern me. You're wrong. I've never thought like that. Not once since I got here.
Shoot!
I've come too far. I'm not quitting now.
Emilio.
Thought so. This data is quite conclusive. Warp particles are steadily falling in numbers in every region of Pandora.
The results are even worse than I hypothesized, and I've still no clue what caused this.
If the warp particle count drops too much further, it won't just be life that suffers. The very structure of Endora could collapse.
There's not too much to see with those measurements. We took them back when concentrations were still normal. I'm missing something, aren't I?
Perhaps. I can't help but notice that the particle count was perfectly normal right up until King Delzine took the throne.
Whoa, that's right. Are the dwindling particles and the King's Rise related? Although it's possible that this could be a mere coincidence. No way. Correlation might not show causation, but I refuse to believe that it means absolutely nothing. Not when the vibrations of a fish swimming have been shown to impact the photosynthesis of
Only
algae.
one man understands the events surrounding Delzine's crowning. Delzine himself.
Quite likely to be abused.
It would seem that the answers I seek lie in Babylon. But can I get there in time? You've got quite the lab here, boy. Color me impressed.
Why, thank you. It was no simple feat relocating all of these heavy instruments. But I had a hunch that Chief and Delzine were starting to take their research to a place I wouldn't want to follow, so the move was needed. I still work at the lab, mind you, but I've taken to doing all of my personal research over here. It is our mandate as scientists to distance ourselves from any sort of political authority so that we are free in our pursuit of pure, authentic truths. I learned that from your example. You have my assurance this bad boy is the fastest way to Babel that a man can find. The Chief has no earthly idea I've been building this thing.
Sometimes we scientists have to be sneaky.
We'd best get going. King Delzine and the Chief could be walking into Babel as we speak.
It is time. Open the gate to the surface.
We're trying to find some kind of key? But how the heck are we supposed to do that if we don't even know what it's gonna look like?
Over here.
Is this it?
That hunk of rock?
Give it a try.
Well, that was easy.
This underground path should take us directly to Babel.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Calm down. Misha? If this is the route to Babel, then there might be booby traps along the way.
There's nothing there.
Thanks for checking.
I didn't do it for you.
All right, let's move.
Look at these footprints. They're still fresh.
It's Delzine and his men.
It looks like they got here before we did.
Let's hurry, or we'll be too late. Anyone see a door around here somewhere?
No. We'll have to climb that wall.
What? You're kidding, right? Can't believe I ever wanted to go rock climbing.
What now?
I know. Hey, Valeria, why don't you get big again and fly us up there?
It doesn't work like that.
Just thought I'd try.
all right down there?
Yeah, Peachy, don't worry about me. Emilio! You damn heavy! Man, that was close.
It was. I think you just saved my life.
What?
I said you just saved my life.
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
Hey, you two. Quit screwing around. Hurry up and climb.
It can only get easier from here.
I don't think we can relax just yet.
First a giant wall and now a maze. Wonder what else we're gonna have thrown at us.
Should be good to go.
What are we waiting for? I want to make something clear. Whatever may happen here, I have no intention of killing Delzine.
What are you saying? You've built an army. You've allied with the Zuzians.
True, but the revolution I desire is a bloodless one.
Yes, I understand that.
But what?
It won't work. Do you really think Delzine's someone you can reason with?
That's not something I can answer, because while I know what he's like as a king, I don't know what he's like as a man.
He's a monster. What more do you need to know? Think about it for a second. His death will mean a better life for everyone. Isn't that what you want?
Killing the king won't magically solve all the kingdom's problems. I'm sorry, Prince, that's not how it works. The army we've gathered exists for one reason and one reason only, to force Delzine to surrender the throne. Why are you so desperate to kill the king? Fair is fair. What right do you have to ask for our help if you're not willing to explain what you're after? You need to be straight with us.
I want revenge. Delzine isn't my real father. He's the man who murdered my father, the former king. I seek vengeance for him. I swore I would do that long ago. And now I have the chance.
So it's revenge. That's actually what I'm after, too. Many years ago, a good Zuzian friend of mine was killed by a pompous noble. I trained hard so I'd be ready to exact my revenge when the time came. But I grew older, and as I did, I came to realize that wasn't the right path. Nothing would be solved that way. Blood cannot be washed away with more blood. I could kill the man responsible, but then his family would come after me in turn, and the tragic cycle of violence would only have been perpetuated. So now I seek revenge against the world. This revolution is about avenging those the world has mistreated. I've asked you once before. I hope you're ready to give me your answer. What happens once Delzine is dead? What do you plan to do? What will become of our kingless kingdom? Whatever you plan, I will open negotiations with Delzine. Don't you dare draw your sword before I have the chance to speak with him. Do you understand me?
I'm sorry, but I can't promise you anything.
I see.
Finally made it.
You know, Your Highness, fighting isn't the only option, just one of them.
I believe we just have to make our way through this labyrinth, and then Babel will be waiting for us.
I'd be surprised if it's as straightforward as that.
Whatever happens, I will protect Demetrio.
Well, that's a relief.
Shut up.
Let's move.
Demetrio and his compatriots will most likely have reached Babylon by now.
Do you think they'll make it safely to Babel itself?
Unless I misjudged them, I'm sure they will. We must prepare the army so we're ready for whatever happens.
We will be departing shortly. Everybody gather around.
Demetrio. Read the stones. Listen to the wind. It's this way. Noxious fumes stir and fill the air with their stench, and yet, this is the only way forward.
We've come so far. Whatever it takes, I will see Demetrio's dreams fulfilled. That's all that matters.
Whatever it takes, I will protect Demetrio. Shun?
Huh?
Does Emilio seem a bit off to you?
Yeah, he kind of does.
Maybe something to do with what Demetrio said.
Yep.
You must be excited, huh?
About what?
Because we've almost reached Fables. That means you get to go back home to the service.
Oh, you're right. It's strange. When we first made it to Babylon, I was so excited. But then, something changed. I think... Hey, Emilio.
Yes, what?
Well, we've almost gotten to Babel, which means that, I get to go home pretty soon. I made a promise to you, and I don't want to go back on it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, well, I just want to ask if,
Will you get to the point?
Are you still trying to kill your father? I think that's the entrance. It should lead us to Babel. You sure?
Hey, wait!
Hello there, children. Welcome to your funeral.
We've walked into an ambush.
Your Highness will be the first to die. Damn it.
Remember, don't kill the prince.
I'm just trying to scare them.
This guy again? Just give up already!
Stand aside! You're not the one I want to kill!
Too bad, because I sure want to kill you.
Well now, here we are again. We didn't expect you to arrive so soon. Unfortunately for you, all it means is that you'll die sooner. What a shame. Actually, I'm alright with it. I'm not an especially patient man, you see. So, the sooner I beat you, the better. I'm Ghidorah of the Truculent. Your name means nothing to me, King's Man.
I still have a score to settle with the two of you. I owe you filthy little brats for the scar you gave me, and I always make good on my debts. I'll rip holes in your flesh, tear the bones from your bodies, and leave your rotting corpses for the birds.
It's over. Stand down and surrender.
Emilio!
It really is a shame that the king forbids us from killing you. What? I don't understand it. Delzine's far too generous allowing you to live. Son or not, I'd want you dead if I were him. I want you dead anyway. What's that?
I don't have time for this. I have to go. Delzine's so close.
Emilio!
Not so fast!
That's enough. Hey, wait for us!
Emilio!
I'll destroy anyone who stands in my way. Move!
That is something I won't do. I may not have the physical strength to stop you, but at the very least, I should be able to slow you down.
You've never been one to follow orders, Imelda.
Long time no see, Louise.
What's going on here?
You still don't get it, do you? Despite that pretty face of hers, she's part Zuzian. Your little revolution doesn't mean anything to her. Why would it? Tell him, Louise.
Wait, what's he talking about?
He only speaks the truth. Most people are blind to it. But I am half Suzian. Given my appearance, however, I can live as an Indra. And for that reason, I've had it easier than most. Still, I knew that something was wrong with the world. My father was skilled in medicine, and my mother was an excellent seamstress. Unfortunately, they were never able to truly use their talents. The Indras ostracized them. My father because he was a Zuzian, and my mother because she married a Zuzian. They were forced into awful work that no Indras would ever think about doing. Even as a child, I could see the injustice of it.
Yes, that sounds terrible, but isn't that why you rallied behind Demetrio and joined the Ignots?
Are you really that naive? I need money to live just like everybody else, and that's what this is about. Don't lump me in with you fools. Feeding the Ignots movement to the truculent is very lucrative. The money I earn makes it possible to support my family. Revolution is a luxury, not something everyone can afford.
Do it, Louise.
Well, this is goodbye, Eljuia, you poor, pathetic fool.
Stop!
Demetrio.
If I had to take a guess, you'll earn more for killing me. So why not give it a try?
How do you expect your revolution to succeed when you can't even tell who your allies are? Shut up, you traitor!
I already knew it was you.
What?
I didn't know the motivation, but I knew there was someone leaking all of our movements. I wasn't sure at first, but after the prince joined us, it became clear that there was a spy in our midst. That's why I kept our group so small. Initially, I didn't want to believe it, but when we were ambushed here, I knew it was true. That you were the one who betrayed us.
I am not playing around, Demetrio! I will kill you if that's what it takes!
Do what you have to do. Go on. But...
Listen, I can't do it.
Do what?
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna help you kill the king.
You know, I had a feeling that's what you were gonna say. You get cold feet?
That's not it.
Then why back out?
I agree with Demetrio. You need to talk to him first. Come on, Emilio.
Leave me alone. You don't understand me at all.
Emilio.
You're right, I don't. I haven't been through half as much as you have. But I know that revenge isn't the right choice, no matter how bad you want it. Don't do this!
Let go!
You guys!
You're stronger than before.
Shut up! Get out your weapon, Delzine! Aren't you even going to put up a fight?
I would like to know what you plan to do after you slay me. Do you understand the consequences of killing a king? When Endora finds itself without a ruler, what do you intend to do then? If you choose to move forward with this, then it means you have come to take the throne for yourself.
That portal should take me straight to Babel. Hey, Louise! I'm gonna leave these chumps to you.
Misha! Felix! Go after him!
I can't!
Don't worry about me! Just go!
You'll be alright.
Very well.
Come on.
Risky move letting them go. One you're going to regret. I still want to know why you let me live. You knew that I betrayed you. Why didn't you just kill me?
Stay back!
You should take whatever help you can get. Don't underestimate me, Demetrio, or you're dead!
Listen to me, Louise. I know why you joined up with the truculent, and it makes sense. Your Zuzian father and Endra mother had been persecuted for their marriage, and you wanted to help them live in peace. And in order to do that, you needed money. Even so, what will making them happy do to your happiness? Or can you tell me you're content? Be honest. All this time you've been with the Ignots. Were you really just playing a part? What about the island? when you stepped in to save me from Gradito and the Zuzians. Was that an act? Part of your deceit?
It wasn't all a lie, was it?
Be honest with me, and yourself.
Of course it was all an act. I was only trying to earn your trust, nothing more.
Louise!
Stop deluding yourself, Demetrio. I sold you a lie, and like a fool, you bought it.
Stop this!
That's it. I'm done talking now. My job is to kill you both. Get ready, Demetrio. I'm starting with you. Die!
You're dead inside. Is that what you believe? That you've already killed the real you? To do what you've done, you had to bury your heart. Am I wrong? You don't have to live like this anymore. There is another way, and I would like to help you find it, if you'd let me.
This has been so painful. The truculent are the king's dogs and are happy to do all his dirty work. As long as they're getting coins in their pockets, they do whatever he wants without asking any questions. When I was given orders to join up with the Ignots and report on your movements, I expected it to be like any other job, work and nothing more. At first, I scoffed at your idea of a bloodless revolution. It sounded like a ridiculous plan to me. I thought it a naive dream of some spoiled noble who didn't know any better. But you showed me I was wrong. That someday, your dream for this world might actually become a reality. And if that day did come, I wanted to be there, because I believed in your dream too. But then, the prince showed up out of nowhere, and events spun out of control, and I was brought back to the cruel reality. My place was not with the Ignots, but with the truculent. Yes, it's just like you said. I've spent my days lying to myself, and regretted it, every minute. And I'm tired, so tired.
You've said enough now. It's all right.
Here.
Eljuia. Thank you. I'm sorry about before.
The moment you aimed your sword at me, I saw your heart and knew its true color. It was perfectly clear then. I knew that you weren't actually going to harm me.
I'm so sorry.
Hey now, we don't have time for crying. Let's get to Babel.
I'll create an opening. I need you to sneak around behind him.
You're not my boss.
I'm surprised at you two.
Why's that?
Because you're over here fighting.
Why wouldn't we be?
Without his friends to back him up, that precious leader of yours is probably getting torn apart by Louise as we speak. I wish I had time to waste killing you, but I've got better things to do. See ya!
Felix.
Demetrio, you're...
Yeah, I'm still in one piece.
Hey!
Isha, put it up. We're all friends here.
He made a smokescreen and got away.
That's not a problem. We already know where he's going.
You know, Joseph, I must say I really enjoyed getting to spend time with you and seeing all of your great inventions.
I can't tell you how much it means to get that kind of praise from the man whose mind I most admire in the entire world.
Well, I don't know if I'd consider it praise or not, but honestly, well, seeing you sort of takes me back to my own time as a young scientist.
Oh, really? In what way?
The scrap print, for instance. I made one just like it in my younger days.
You mean I came up with the same invention as an intellectual giant? What greater praise could there be than that?
That's very kind of you to say, lad.
You monster! You took away everything precious to me! What have I taken? You stole my father's life, then you forced Pascal out of the castle!
Stole your father's life?
Yes, that's right. And to avenge him, I will take yours!
Emilio!
What? Just hold on.
Please stop.
Sure.
Look at you two. You really got it handed to you. You gonna die?
Maybe.
That's a shame. We've almost made it to the famous Babel. I bet it would be interesting to see the surface, don't you? Well?
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it does. And I'm sure you're hoping I'll bring you along. Thing is, you two would only be dead weight holding me back, and I can't afford that. Nice knowing ya.
Belda, what was that for? Why are you doing this? Biopedal, Vestals. Was it you? Don't tell me you did this.
The way you see it, I killed my comrades, so you're disgusted. Because to you, the truculent are partners working together. But to me, working for the same person doesn't make us some kind of brotherhood. Don't you get that?
I don't think you understand what you've done. How could you?
Oh, I know what I'm doing. When Delzine goes to the surface, we'll be abandoned, left behind to fend for ourselves. And that would mean we'd be going back to the way we used to live. I don't know about you, but I, for one, don't intend to go back. So how about you stay out of my way?
It's truly working.
Is that what I think it is?
Babel is operational again.
It seems they've got it working. We're too late.
Stop! Don't do it, Emilio, please! You should stay out of this.
My lord, the gate will be opening soon.
So what? You're running away to the surface? I won't allow it. I'm not done with you. This is the day I've worked towards so long. It can't be. No. It's impossible! This ends now!
My lord, Babel has opened. You have to make haste.
You're finished.
No, Emilio, whether you understand it or not, there is still something left that I have to do.
I don't care.
Quit! That's enough!
Move! You're in my way!
I'm helping you. What? I'm here to help you get answers. Blind revenge like this will only hurt you in the end. Tell me, Delzine, do you consider him your son, or don't you?
Yes, that's right. Emilio is my son.
All right, then what's all this about you killing his real father? You owe your son an explanation. Was it really just to take the throne? Emilio deserves some answers.
So this is where everybody is. Mind if I drop in?
Emilio!
That's enough, Emilio. Stand down.
I don't think so, my lord. Not this time.
Excuse me.
If I don't settle things with this spoiled brat, I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself. Well, time to say goodbye. You're in the way, my lord.
Father, no!
The king! He murdered King Delzine!
So, this is the way to the surface. What's the matter, Prince? Missing your daddy already?
Shut up! On your left, Emilio!
I hate leaving with you still alive, but I guess there's no helping it. I'm off to the surface.
What?
See ya.
God! If anyone's going, it should be me!
What the hell happened? What was that?
Father.
Emilio.
Can we help?
What in the hell did all of us just miss?
It can't be. Emilio, what? Your Majesty. Babel worked, but did it function as it was meant to?
I still need to do more research. I'd hoped I'd be able to ask King Delsign something.
But I fear I may have come too late.
You've become so strong. I'm proud of you.
I'm so sorry.
We have many names for the place beneath the surface of the earth. It has been known over the years as